Same.
Yeah.
I literally thinking, why do I feel like I've got a cold this
No,
morning?
it's just
I think it's the fan. I think it's going from that heat to the cold.
I'm down bad, you know.
Hate to say it. I absolutely hate to say it. But good morning, people. Happy Monday. Happy new week. It is the 11th of September. Welcome to TDA, the day after your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by y'all, the culture. And I am one of your lovely hosts, my own royalty.
It's your girl, Justine. Sorry, I'm tired, as a tired human being could be. So, this is all you're getting from me today.
It's fine.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst.
Sorry, do you know what I'm laughing? Yesterday, yeah.
Wow.
You even allowed to use pro-black
No,
actors.
because I'm laughing because yesterday, obviously I saw E-Man when I was coming inside. He knows why he's laughing. When I was coming inside, yeah. And I went Starbucks, so I got like a cold drink in it, and obviously they're not going to let me take it in.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I'm finishing this drink.
Yeah.
So I see E-Man, and E-Man's like, where's Brent? I was like, probably inside. He's like, all right, cool. So I turn around and he's standing in the corner. So I'm like, why are you standing there? This guy has like a 300 ml water bottle.
Stop.
In
You're
his
not
hand,
drinking it.
yeah.
He's not finishing it.
Esther,
Gina, no.
He
Gina,
has
no.
300. I'm
Gina?
specific with the size, and it was like 300 ml. Yeah,
500.
That's even worse.
yeah, of water.
He's drinking it.
Yeah, he's standing there on the table. So I was like, "E-Man, why not going in? This is him." I said, "You're darn bad." Then I said, "They sell water in there, you know." He goes, "Is it free?" You know what I did? I just turned around and continued the conversation. I said, "I'm not doing this."
I'm actually so...
But it's the way he stood there to finish his water.
So, clearly, all of you do not follow rules because Brent actually came with 2 packs of sweets. Not mini cute little bags. Like a full-blown share mix.
Or bring and share.
Bring and share. And then he was confused that he couldn't go in with it.
No, the thing is, I know you can't go into venues with that stuff, yeah. Like, I know that. But remember, it was scorching hot yesterday.
It was rude.
And when I
They
got
should let people
there,
come in with their drinks.
when I got there, I just literally thought I need something really, really cold. So I went Starbucks straight away. And then I didn't mind, obviously the show hadn't started, so I didn't mind standing outside and finishing my drink.
He was doing his unaddressed.
But the water...
You know what's giving? It's giving, you know... When you,
I would have
when
thrown that away and just got...
Nah, yeah, because it's giving... You know your mum says you cannot get from this table until you finish that food? That's...
He literally stood in the corner.
That's too
Like
funny.
on a timeout.
It's just, you know, might as well drink the water, innit?
I just found it so... I thought, The Economist.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's true.
That's what I thought. I found it so funny.
That being said, though, big up the Black Farmers UK, the market. That was sick. We went there yesterday.
100%.
It was a lot of fun. I know they've got another one coming up in October. So check out that Instagram, Black Farmers UK, and get there. Really nice vendors and stuff like that. Tried CMOS. I've been thinking about going into the CMOS realm.
That's what I'm
It was
saying.
nasty. Okay, it was disgusting.
I'm going to be honest.
It was disgusting.
Because you hate textures. It's
Oh,
Yeah, that's why.
But you know what
honey.
you do? I take CMOS every day, yeah, but I put it in my tea or in my smoothies or like, because, you know the green powder thing that I told you to buy?
Yeah.
Did you buy it?
Of course I did.
Okay.
I'm not regular with it, though.
Okay, so...
I have regular with the protein one, though.
Okay, so...
Just gotta get them
mix
gains
it,
in.
Mix it together. That's what
No,
I
I'm
do.
just so lazy.
That's what I do every day.
Yeah, and they're right next to each other as well.
So basically what I do is I do that. So I blend... I've got them...
A NutriBullet thing.
You can use that, yeah.
Okay.
But like I just blend all of that together, so I get. So you don't taste
So
it.
the CMOS, all of that stuff.
Yeah, you don't taste it, and obviously if you blend it down, you don't even get the texture.
Because if I put it in my tea, I'm gonna taste my tea. I need it in something
You
very sweet.
won't. When I put it in my
I
tea.
feel like my tea will have bits.
No, if you stir it properly, it just makes your tea a bit.
It was the most disgusting thing.
thicker.
It just makes your tea.
So
It just,
sad.
no, Esther, just makes your tea a little bit thicker. That's it.
Because you know what it was? It was like a juice type bit. It was like a juice bottle. Oh.
But I'm not gonna lie, I do
And it
things
just
that are
like-
nice. Like I can spoon it.
Oh, I can't.
I can do everything.
'Cause I wanted to
Same,
have a
that's weird
little
as
bit.
well.
I just wanted to taste a little bit, but because it's so like thick and like jelly, it was like not into my throat, and I was like, oh my gosh.
It is a lot though.
It was a lot. It was definitely a shocker. So that was nice. That was great. And also, of course, big up our babes, our favourite Killy, the No Behaviour show.
My ex.
Venus, Lou,
I support my ex yesterday.
It was
Love
very
that for
lit.
him. Was very proud.
It
Not
was
spinning
very
the
good.
block though.
You're not spinning the block.
Not spinning the block.
Love that for you.
Nope. So yeah.
The Killies are good looking, man. There's really good Killies in the. There's really good looking men in the Killies community.
But the Achilles says long, bruv.
It's long.
When I was there yesterday,
it's long.
I literally
Gina,
said,
long.
everyone says Gina likes, I'll show you mum, I'll show your dad. I said, oh,
Not this level.
No,
It's
not
above
this
me.
level. This is above me.
Yeah.
I was clutching my purses.
The Achilles ain't playing.
What?
I will say, Mark, you might want to talk to your friends. They ain't got no
From
manners.
time they were
They're
smoking
barging me,
weed
bruv.
in the venue, I just thought,
You know that they feel like you're invisible. They'll just walk past you, just smack your shoulder. In a normal outside world, I'd be like, oh, like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
But given the circumstances,
you just held the tongue. You know what? I bumped into.
I apologize.
I bumped into-
Sorry, I put my shoulder there.
I bumped into one guy, yeah, and it was so funny because it was so innocent. Like, he was behind me and I kind of stepped back. So I turned around, I was about to say, oh, I'm so sorry. The look he gave me, I said, sorry.
Sorry, sir.
I was just
I'm sorry.
And he was just like,
my shoulder was in the way, sir.
it's all right. And I just saw bare gold in his mouth. I said, yeah.
It's great. It's fantastic. So that was a lot of fun as well. That was actually my first no behavior show, so that was fun. That was a good time. Loons is
The biggest.
Loons is a flipping
He
character.
is the biggest rattler on earth. I've never been so rattled in my life.
Loons is
He rattled
such.
me from start to finish.
Loons
I
is
just
such a
think you
character.
can't be a real human. Like, you
He's
cannot.
not.
You're a Martian. You
I'll be
have
honest
to
with
be
you,
a
yeah.
Martian.
So obviously his mum was at the show, yeah. Because in my mind, I'm like how does his mum have to control this boy? His mum just is like a lovely, sweet lady, just nice and sweet and gentle, and I'm like,
That's what you gave
what's
me.
a raise her high blood pressure?
Loons is
Because that
hilarious.
guy is something else.
No.
It was basically stand up. The whole
know what?
the whole
Yes.
first hour and a half was basically a loon stand up special.
Do you know I wanted him to do so bad? You know how Dave Chappelle will start a joke and then at the end he ties it back?
Yeah.
I wanted him to bring wrong guy back.
A wrong guy.
I
Okay.
thought because there was something else he said. I think that was could have done a wrong guy punchline in there. Loons is flipping hilarious. Big up Venus as well. That was his first show as well. So
Oh, was
he's
it?
been
Okay.
back home. That's amazing.
Sick.
Ain't got no rhythm though.
Oh,
Venus.
absolutely not. When they were playing the music and he was dancing, I thought, do you know what? Just sit down, please.
Venus. I'm so respectfully. I have the ick because that was not, that was
It
not.
was drunk though, wasn't it?
No, Yusuf.
But you know,
You
when
was
you're,
drunk.
That
yeah, but
rhythm is
even when
in
you're
him.
drunk, yeah, I feel
You can
like
move
you have a
and
bit
you
more
can-
courage in it. So you kind of come at your show a bit
You
more.
can become
So
Usher if you want
You
to.
can find the
rhythm.
But bro,
You're trying to kill the ants. I said, what are you doing?
no.
Business is
Yeah.
hilarious.
You know what? Gave me the biggest ick of them all.
Oh, here we go.
Taser's story about Mugs.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm waiting for Muggs to come back to address that.
And you know what made it worse? Brent kept touching my knee. Like every time Muggs was down bad. Brent was not sitting next to me, by the way. He was sitting next to you.
Listen, Brent
so
was
he had to
reaching
reach.
over.
He kept reaching over and doing like, it's okay, girl. It's
It's
okay.
alright.
I was just like,
Yeah, that was
That's your
really
boo.
icky.
he's not my boo.
That's your
He's
boo.
gonna have to talk.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
that was really icky.
What?
That's your boo, man.
He is not
Not
my
your
boo.
boo?
No.
But you know what made me?
I severed all time. No, that story.
Do you know what made me
That's your
cringe
boo.
there? I was like, oh my gosh, his mum is here.
Yeah.
Like, auntie's actually here
Do
listening
you know
to
what I
this
realized?
nonsense.
I thought about it and I thought, obviously now, yeah, like, okay, two things, yeah. I feel like one, it shows the difference in, I guess, how Caribbeans and Africans raise their kids in
Yeah.
terms of their relationships, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that?
As in, because we could talk about that.
Yeah, and then
No, but
so,
think about it though. 3 shots. Say's a mother Nigerian. Keith is from Zimbabwe, isn't it? They're African one. They have wild stories on their shows, and sometimes
on their live shows,
their
but I
parents are there.
don't think they talk that. I don't think it's to that.
Nah,
extent,
because sometimes
though.
Say's is like, my mum is here. You still have to respect yourselves.
Yeah, but there's a certain
But it's
level
not-
of
it's
decorum
not
that.
Do you know
out.
what I mean?
Yeah,
though,
because-
innit?
Because it's not dick out rubbing your meat waiting to get in line for the girl. That's
That's what I'm talking about.
different.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I feel like yes, but I'm saying I feel like
Actually, it's still a bit censored.
I just feel like yeah, like
It's not.
it's different, and this isn't
That shit was graphic.
this isn't me throwing shade. I'm just saying that I notice how like with Africans we don't talk about a lot of things because a lot of things are taboo traditionally and culturally, right? Whereas I feel like Caribbeans are able to express themselves a lot more, and it kind of just is what it is. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, and I saw that difference. But what I was just thinking when I was there was, if I had a son, yeah, as a parent, like, do you always, obviously they're big ass men in it, so they can talk about whatever they want.
Wanna talk,
They're
yeah.
adults.
Yeah.
But as a parent, do you ever like think just like, do you still see them? Do you still see them as like your little kids? So when they're talking like this, does it make
I
you
think they do,
shy,
you know.
or like do you get rattled thinking?
I think they do, because sometimes my mum will be like, obviously my brother's got like 2 kids now. He's a whole ass husband, everything. But sometimes in the eyes, it's like, my son. I'm like, girl, that's a grown ass man. And she's like, yeah, but like, he's always going to be my son. Even like with me sometimes, I'm like, first of all, girl, I'm going to be like, yeah, but you're always going to be my baby kind of thing. So I feel like as a parent, you always, but obviously you know they're doing things, they've got kids.
Yeah,
but
of course.
still, I don't think you want to hear the means in which they're trying to do things. That was just not necessary.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm
wild.
waiting for him to come back. That is a nasty story. That's first. That is hungry.
Because you know when Taser was going to say it and he was all nervous.
Yeah.
I get it. I get why he was
I
because
did
he
not
knew
think
what he
it
was
was-
doing
Oh, yeah,
over
he
there.
was like,
I'm
what's
not
the
like,
story?
wait,
What's the
wouldn't tell me.
No,
And Taser was not looking his
What-
way. Taser was like, nope, I'm saying it.
What made me laugh though, yeah.
No decorum, you know.
Yikes.
And then remember on the way home, I was saying to you, I was like, bro, like, is this what the man them get up to on holidays?
Girl,
the whole thing
Gina.
rattled me. I just thought,
No,
wait.
it's not what
I'm about to find
the
me a
man did,
nerd.
it's what-
I
it's
can't,
what-
Gina.
Girl.
They
Because
get
that
up
thought
to.
crossed my mind.
And then I thought,
And I said, nah, this is
and I thought, nah,
bullshit.
how greedy do you, now when he's here, next time he's here, the moment
No,
we twist
dying
his
for it.
ear, how greedy can you be, yeah?
Nah,
to
nah.
have your own situation going on, you've even finished.
No, but you know what's mad though?
You
It's like,
finished.
You wrap that up quick so you can meet them while they're... Are you alright?
No, but Esther, you finished.
Ain't that the fact that he's hungry? It's the fact that you jeopardized Taser's situation for your own greed. Like, get the fuck out the room, man. I'm trying to do my thing, man.
actual greed.
And you've knocked on the door to try to interrupt what I'm doing.
What? So what's she saying
What
though?
she's-
I thought,
And she's right there.
Nah.
That's actual greed, you know.
And you came, you knocked on, you even
Oh.
came in the door.
Mark, you would never leave that down.
No, you're actually down bad. Sorry, you are done out here.
Nah.
You're done out here because that rattled me.
He should have been here to defend his honour.
Yeah. don't
No.
worry.
Yeah, man. That was... I didn't
We'll
need
get
to
him,
know
we'll
that
get
about my
him when
bro.
he's
So in any particular circles, would that be seen as anything like admirable amongst men or attractive amongst women?
No,
Definitely not attractive amongst
Ad what?
No,
Admirable.
No.
never.
Like I don't.
Because I thought maybe in the
understand
boys' realm...
No.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't understand.
No, Brent,
And the
you're not
fact
meant
that
to.
Taser said it, and Taser was puzzled himself.
Yeah.
And he's like the high echelon of da 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 da. What the
I
hell?
think in Mark's world, that's probably normal.
Is it really?
As in,
I think so.
as in amongst Mark's friends.
Amongst,
Yeah.
Like people like
amongst
Kevin would love that.
probably, you can see him talking now.
Listen,
In Mark's world, that's
Kevin-
probably something that he does regularly. Like, or
And they
just
do
it's the
this.
norm. That exactly.
Yeah, Kevin said that's true. Killing moves. Big up Kevin. Met Kevin yesterday. Gave him a hug and everything.
I'm really annoyed I didn't get to see him, man. I
Nah,
was
Kevin's-
really catching to
Kevin's
see
such
his
a-
outfit.
Kevin
Kevin was
Kevin
wearing
is how I expect
was
Kevin
wearing
to be.
an inside vest.
Kevin was
outside.
in a singlet.
No,
See?
an inside
Kevin
singlet.
said, in my
Literally,
circles, that's proper
home
things.
singlet.
What's that?
Kevin said, in my circles, that's proper things.
Yeah, but Kevin is cut from an inside vest cloth.
Yeah, man. Wearing housewear.
No, I swear. That vest, nah, Kevin. I just want a string bag. And wooden was it? He had the lion. I was peeping his outfit, bro.
But you
Line
know
of
what it is,
Judah.
though?
Line
chain.
of Judah.
What?
I said line of Judah.
What's that line of Judah, child?
I don't know.
No, because you know what it is that I see why Kevin moves the way he moves. He moves like, I'm a man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like Terrence Howard back in them days.
Oh, you're annoying. You said Terrence Howard.
Big up Kevin though. Met Kevin. It was nice to meet Kevin.
So basically, he wore inside singlet.
Yeah.
I hear it.
No, like Gina.
The singlet you wear in your
the
house.
house one.
House singlet. I hear it, man.
No, Kevin's.
Mr. Thompson.
Yeah.
You think, well, he's confirmed. Said that's a killing move. So
Kevin's a legend, you know.
no, Kevin is a
telling you.
character, man.
No, but Gin and Gist is true. Yusuf was wearing a hoodie in 35 degrees.
Just
you know
mad.
when I saw him,
And
know what's
do you,
mad?
know, do you know why? Because I was wearing an inside
he's wearing an
t-shirt.
inside t-shirt.
Inside the hoodie, and I couldn't take it off. That's why.
Because remember when I met you, when I saw you, I said,
Yeah.
you might want to take that off.
Yeah.
I said, Yusuf is hot in there. Because when I said, oh, it's a lot of warm.
But I thought this is Indigo too. Surely there's AC in here, but it was broken by.
Nah, how
fucking-
can your AC be broken on the hottest day?
Ridiculous.
I wanted to
Yeah.
argue. I wanted a refund.
Yeah,
Even
no,
though I paid
I'll-
for tickets, but still, I was that angry.
No, I was hot.
No, it was
still,
horrible.
I can't lie.
It was so bad.
I've never experienced hot like that. Or heat like that. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. This is why I can't go hell, for sure. I'll make
No,
it.
literally, I said that.
There's little moments that remind me that, Auntie, stay on a straight and narrow. Because you ain't
That
caught
won't
up
make
with
for
life.
me, man. I'm not gonna lie.
But big up everyone we met, though. I saw Miss Mariah as well, met her for the first time. Big up her. Girl, a red lip looks good on you. She did really good with a red lip.
Yeah, she's full of good energy, man.
She is.
Yeah,
She's actually a
100%.
ball of good energy. I also met these lovely ladies, Jojo and Wendy. Big up them as well. We did shots together. Jojo was like, let's do tequila shots, I said. Yikes. All right, girl, let's do it. But big up them as well. It was a good show, man. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Big up the guys. All right, question of the day, because we are running a timer today. I only have 10 a.m. finishes in me this week.
Okay.
And I think we've got a lot of credit.
Oh, for last week.
A lot of credit. This is the picture week. We've just been on a high.
Oh,
All right. So, question of the week: what is the best theme park you've been to so far?
Blackpool.
I haven't been to many. I've only been to Thorpe Park, Chessington.
I went Blackpool.
This is when I was a kid, but I don't remember that.
And it was sick. Yeah, like is it Pepsi Max? They've got one mad roller coaster.
I was thinking back to the film.
I think it's like the tallest. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think it's the tallest roller coaster in England. It's wild though.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's
Obstacle course.
It's wild.
That's the type where have you seen the videos where people faint and then they wake up?
Yeah, no, it's so. Do you know how you know
That'd
it's
be me.
high? You know when you're going up to like the starting point, it's too long. It takes very long to get there, and it's such it's a creeper. It's so slow. Like we do it on purpose. The anticipation is wild.
I hate those ones.
And then what they do is the countdown's wrong. So you know when it'll be like 3, 2,
It's just
1. You're not going at 1. You're gonna pause. You know the ones where you don't know when you're gonna
you're
go.
like, when's it gonna go? And then while you're mid sentence, it goes.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I don't like rides.
It's actually wild.
Like basically this is what it is. If I'm gonna do rides, typically I don't like rides, but if I'm gonna do rides, I can't queue up for a ride.
Okay.
I have to go straight in there.
Because of that anxiety.
So if I have to, you know when it's like you're waiting an hour. If I have to wait, I will queue up the entire hour. Even if it's 2 hours, I will queue up. As soon as my bum touches, I'm like, nope, and I literally get up and I can't do it. So I have to literally go, and that's it. But you see the anticipation when you're going up slowly, and I'm just there like, oh my God, and my friends trying. I'm like, please, I need to focus. I can't with rides, man.
It annoys me when I hate how as I've become older, I've become a pussy-o. Sorry.
Nah, I'd be like that.
It annoys me because when I was younger,
my knees
I was so carefree. Like I didn't care about anything, and I was one of those kids who always felt like they had to prove a point that I was bad. Do you know what I mean? So I was taking risks.
So you just been in you, girl.
Literally, so I'm like, nah, I'm bad, man. I can do it, even though I'll be like peeing my pants, but I'd do it. Now,
I think like you've done it right though, because it's better for you to have grown up carefree than for you to have grown up scared. I think it'd be harder for you now to be carefree. Yeah.
Fair enough. Do you know? So I'm easily scared. Yeah. I get jumpy. Like you can stand behind me and go boo. I can see you then still jump.
Yeah, I do that.
It's pathetic.
All the time. My mum cusses me all the time.
Yeah, like do you know?
Like, you don't live alone. I'm like, okay.
Do you know what's jokes? I walked into my bedroom and saw my wig head and I jumped. That was jokes.
No, I did that yesterday.
My wig head.
Yeah.
So I've obviously. It's in my room. I know that there's a wig head.
Oh, you walked in and you just.
I walked in there and I jumped because I just thought, oh my gosh, like why?
I did the same thing yesterday. I came back home yesterday. I was talking to my mum while she was talking to me. I took my wig off, hung it on the door. Yeah. I turned around to get something and I was like, oh my gosh! And she looked at me like, girl.
Yeah.
You gotta live in a
that's
different
your
life.
hair.
No, literally, it's pathetic. But I say that
I'm very jumpy actually. I don't know why.
Has any of you gone to Thorpe Park for Halloween?
No, I couldn't.
I forgot what it's called.
I could not.
So in the month of October,
they do the Halloween.
They do the whole Halloween thing, innit?
Yeah.
So
Fright Night.
Fright Night.
I couldn't do.
I'm in the theme park for
first and
decades.
last, and I will never go.
I can't even do it in daytime. You think I'm gonna do when there's props around? I will die.
Esther,
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Bro,
it's called Fright Night.
Because I'm jumpy, right? So, like, you'll be sitting there amongst your friends, and then a gargoyle will come from behind the corner and jump and scream at you, and you know what I mean? My heart, man, it's long.
Yeah, my blood.
So there's too much of that going on. Obviously, it's dark already because it's October, so it gets dark really quickly.
It's autumn anyway, yeah.
So, and it's literally like a horror film. They've literally just like it's like a horror film. So you're just hearing, it's too much in it. We went for my friend's birthday and I said, I'm never doing this again. And then they have like horror houses and stuff in it. So like, they're not rides, but you go in for the experience. So you got to queue up. I remember I ended up strangling my friend. And it's because when you go into them, you have to hold onto the person in front of you.
Okay.
Because if you let go, and like me, I let go, I punched someone. But it was more of a reflex, do you know what I mean? Because, so they always say to you, keep your hands on the person's shoulder in front of you. But I was so scared, I was gripping them so tight, she was like, you're strangling me. I couldn't let go. But I just literally was like, I'm never doing this ever again. It wasn't fun.
Yeah,
I mean, it was afterwards, it was like, and when everyone's laughing at your reaction because you're the coward, for them it's fun. For me, I was just like, I dealt with too many moments of my heart coming out my mouth for me to want to do this again.
Do you know, I do think that. I feel like with all the scandals there's been of all them rides stopping halfway, people are upside down and shit, there's nothing that can make me go to another theme park. I would have to go I want to go to Disneyland though, but I would have to go on a baby. Like I'm fine with the baby rides. There's no shame in my game. I will hold everybody's bags and feel no way about it. You can't shame me under no circumstances. I can't go on scary rides anymore. Like what's the reason?
A little thrill, isn't it?
Nah, man. I find out excitement in other ways.
I do want to skydive though.
Nah.
I know.
I had a friend who did that actually.
The
So it's
only
very exhilarating.
I feel
Remember,
like
I was meant to do it for my 30th, and then remember, it didn't really go to plan.
What do you mean you go to plan? Were you in the sky?
No, I didn't do it.
But no, I think
What do you mean you go to plan? You got your jetpacks. Oh my God,
it's like every time I go to Dubai, I say I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
and I always go to Sky Dubai because there's like a little gym thing there as well. So that's the place that they go to like do it, and I always see it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I feel like Dubai is a really good place to do it just because of the scenery.
view.
And you get to do it over the palms.
Is that the one where you do it with somebody on your back as well?
Yeah, all the time. They never let you do it by
You have
yourself.
to,
You
unless
can't do
you're
it
a professional,
yourself.
you have to do it
professional.
in tandem. It's called.
Is that too bad then?
No, so
But
you
both of you
always
can die.
huh?
I mean, sorry.
Which say?
That's
Both of you can die.
Yeah, I mean, but you can die walking out your house and get hit by a car. Not like that, but do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but do you know what?
That's
That
why
death-
that's why I try not to think about it.
I find
in
that
that
death is
way.
easy for me to stomach though.
But
Then when I get to heaven, then I have to tell the angels, how did you get here? Well, I went skydiving. Like, really?
You paid
Girl,
to get here.
You paid to die. Here we are.
Yeah, but I do. It's one of those things that I do.
You really want to do?
I do want to like exit life and say that
Yeah, you did it.
I'd skydive.
No, you won't exit life like that. God forbid.
I
Use
don't
your
want to
words,
exit. No, I
Gina.
don't want to exit life like that. But
Well,
I'm
you want
saying,
to. It's one of
I
your.
want to. I want it to.
When
Be,
they
I want
say
to
you
tick
done
it
it.
off and
Yeah.
be
Tick
like,
it off, yeah.
you know what, I've done it. And I always say that I'm gonna do it. And my friend did it yesterday in LA, and I just thought,
really?
Yeah. And I thought, oh man,
What about the bungee thing?
never in my life. That do you know why that really
So
annoys
is
me?
that big trampoline on the bottom? What's going on? How do you?
Bungee jumping is the worst thing ever.
In that how Thingy died in Fresh Prince.
Oh
Hillary's
yeah,
Yes.
Hillary.
Will you marry?
Yeah.
There she goes.
That is mad.
What, Trevor?
Yeah. You know, I'll never. Do you know what it is a bungee jumping? Yeah, it's like I can't take, and this is why I guess I like with a skydive. Yeah, I feel like after a couple seconds you level out, right?
Yeah, I think I reckon
Like
you would.
even on a roller coaster, I feel like once you had the first dip, you level out. Do you know what I mean? I hate the feeling of the
Yeah.
heart
Yeah,
jumping
that's
out your
true.
throat.
So it's like are you on like a stringy thing?
a string, yeah. So
Yeah.
it keeps.
How does it
bouncing.
stop? How do we stop it?
You stop bouncing?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep going until I can't bounce no
Yeah,
more.
That's
do
my
this.
point. It could go about 5 times.
Yeah, but you don't go all the way back up.
Doesn't matter. But it's 5 times of up and down. I ain't got time for that.
Not 5 times up and down. You drop down.
Yeah, and then you
then-
bounce back up.
No, you don't bounce back up.
Not all
Yeah,
the way
not
up.
all the
You
way up.
do,
Jumping
but
high.
you,
yeah, it's a little until
So
it stops.
you think it's little.
I've seen it before.
Have you done it?
No, but I've seen it.
Precisely my point.
I've seen
What-
it.
So have I. What I'm saying is, it might not look
Either
as
way, I'm
bad.
not doing it. It's fine. But what I'm saying is the bounce back isn't.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it was.
Yeah.
Might feel like it though.
But I'm saying, from looking at it,
Yeah.
the fact that it does it more than once is
Yeah,
too
yeah,
much
yeah.
for me.
I
If
hear
it
what
was
you're saying.
one drop, I can deal with it. But to keep that kind of going over it until it stops is long for me.
Yeah.
Have you seen the ones where I saw one and I thought, this is, I don't know what I would do, yeah? And it's so nuts. She thought it was a zip line, so it looks like a zip line.
What do you mean she thought?
No, because that's how they advertise it. It's a bungee jump. So you're meant to kind of fly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the zip line is just, it's exhilarating, but it's like, it's not as bad. The string drops and she goes,
You know the heart attack you would
no,
have
when
in
I
that
watched the
moment.
video,
It's insane.
Especially when you don't know this is what you sign up for.
I literally thought, yeah, this is so unfair. Like, nah. Like, I think I'd actually die of a heart attack. Because I wouldn't know what, it looks so mad.
Because you know you think you're dying. You in your
Yeah,
mind this
exactly.
rope, the fake this is
Yeah,
snapped.
like this is snapped and I'm about to face my maker. Yeah.
That's how I can't even do them zip lining things. Because you know sometimes, so I was gonna go to Bali, right? This was the year of COVID, so it got cancelled. And you know when they do, my friend was talking about doing the swing things.
Oh,
I said, now, first of all, yeah, I know in these certain nations they don't do maintenance works on these tourist attractions.
No chance.
No, but
And guess what? It
you-
will be me
No.
where the swing. And do you know what's mad? They won't know the swing needs to be fixed until I drop and die. Then it's like, oh, well, I guess that one's out. Get the next one out, guys. And you know what? Lo and behold, I saw an article like that where it actually broke. And that's when I'm like, okay, well, let's get a new one in. I'm sorry. Stuff like that, I'm not an adventure kind of person. I'm really not. The most adventure I can do is trying something new on the menu and hoping I don't
do
cramp
get
up
red
later. I don't have an allergy later. That is my exoticness. Because that's so scary to me. What am I swinging? And it's like you're always just, there's nothing there. Because even if I dropped in the forest, I have to try and survive in the forest. Because they can't see me. It's not clear land.
It's true.
Nah, man, I feel like I'm too...
African.
No, not even African. I'm too logical. Like, I'm the person I think of possible outcomes. Like, I couldn't do it. Anyways, all right. 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Let's get to headlines.
Let's do it.
So everybody went around the room?
Yeah, we didn't even start. Mine was, I would say
Oh, yeah.
Chessington because it caters to my baby needs.
I don't remember what's the question.
Theme
Scariest?
park. No. What's the best theme park you've been to?
I'm just say Chessington just because I can't remember which is the best. Has anyone been to Dre and Manor before?
I feel like I
I
have.
feel like I have as well.
That was
I
remember
feel
what's
like
there,
I
though.
have.
Yeah, I'll just say Chessington.
You man, Brent?
I think Alton Towers, you know.
Oh, I forgot about there. It's because
Yeah.
it's further. It's like
Yeah,
quite far,
yeah.
isn't it?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Alton Towers is far. That's why no one goes there often, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Steps.
yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
I heard that's good.
Yeah, I think Old Town's probably the best one actually. Now that I think about it.
But Full Park is like,
Park-
it's
Full
kind of
Park-
local, innit?
yeah,
So
yeah.
people
Full
go
Park
there
is local,
often.
yeah.
I
Full
feel like
Park's
Full
good,
Park's like the kiddie one.
That's what I thought back in the day as well, but
Kiddie?
it's not.
It's
you know?
not kiddie, you know. I just
Oh,
think it's a lot
yeah.
more
Like
local.
it's the less like in terms of like the severity of the scariness of the rides. It's probably
Yeah.
the lesser of the three. No.
No, it's not.
I think
Chessington-
Chessington is
Chessington-
less-
Chessington.
Yeah.
I think it's
It's just got like a
Legoland,
whole kids.
Lego-
Oh, is it?
Legoland,
I didn't even scrap my
Chessington.
first answer then. Forget Chessington.
Fort Park.
I didn't know why you
Alton
said Chessington.
Chessington's like entry
Oh,
level.
the meaty.
Yeah, that's why I
Proper.
chose
I
it.
don't remember.
Literally.
There's a ride there called Bubble Works. That's my
Oh, I
favorite
remember
thing.
that.
Oh,
It's proper like entry level.
Oh,
there's
is
all
it?
pictures from
What
there.
about,
That was my bag.
Legoland.
Even worse. Like Lego, I'd say Legoland.
That's the one that's for
Chessington.
kids. Really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Legoland,
Yeah.
Chessington, Fort Park, and then Alton Towers.
Brent?
Okay.
Of recent Thought Pack, because I went on Saturday, and altogether I think Alton Towers do.
Nice.
I don't remember Alton Towers at all though. I
think
think
I've
I've been
been.
there once. Just because it's so far. Where is it again?
It's like near Manchester, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was like in France or something. Because of the logo.
It's a castle, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah.
Anyone been Disney World? Disney World?
I've been Paris.
Yeah, I've been to that one as
Yeah,
well.
I've been Paris.
I don't
wanna
remember.
go to
I
the
don't
big
remember
one.
it though. I was like year 7.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I was a kid as well. All right, let's get into our headlines.
Tired. Sorry.
All right, so our first headline: Suella Braverman is back in the news, man. It's been a while, and she's pushing for a ban on American Bully XL dogs, right?
Oh, I saw this yesterday.
Yeah.
Good.
Arguing that they are clear and lethal.
Sorry, Ellie.
They are a clear and lethal danger, particularly to children. The Home Secretary announced that she has commissioned urgent advice on outlawing the dogs after she highlighted an appalling attack on an 11-year-old girl in Birmingham. However, adding dogs to the ban list is a responsibility of DEFRA, the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. The PA News Agency understands that there are concerns within DEFRA over the feasibility of adding the American Bully. The dog is not recognised as a specific breed by the Kennel Club. It could be hard to define and ban. It could be hard to define, and a ban could inadvertently outlaw a range of other dogs. This is what some people are fearing. But Braverman seized on news that West Midland police were investigating after the girl and 2 men who intervened were injured in the incident in Borsley Green area on Saturday. So this is what she wrote on social media. This is appalling. The American XL bullies are clear and lethal danger to our communities, particularly to children. We can't go on like this. I've commissioned urgent advice on banning them. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, man. Next headline, also to do with the Tory party, and the former Conservative Minister Rory Stewart, trigger one here, guys, has said that some fellow MPs came close, very close, to killing themselves when he was in the Commons, and the life of a politician placed an almost unsustainable strain on people. Stewart, who was the International Development Secretary and stood to be Tory leader before leaving the Commons in 2019, said that other former colleagues experienced total breakdowns in public. He was speaking to GB News before the publication of a memoir, and Stewart discussed the mental health toll on MPs. So he said, I don't want to talk about the specifics because this is deeply personal to people, but yes, colleagues tried to kill themselves. These are people I knew, and in very serious ways, I mean, they almost killed themselves. It's a miracle they aren't dead. There are other colleagues who had total breakdowns in the most humiliating, personal, embarrassing fashion possible in public. Stewart said that the nature of a politician's job often had impact on their mental health. He said, I think it's because the gap between the way the MPs are encouraged to present themselves to the public and who they really are is almost unsustainable. And the last headline, the government is facing pressure to take stronger action against Beijing after a parliamentary researcher was arrested amid accusations that he spied for China. The senior Conservative MPs have called for China to be categorised as a threat, a move backed by some cabinet ministers. Rishi Sunak raised concerns about interference from Beijing with China's premier while at the G20 in India. The Prime Minister said an open dialogue with China was necessary, and police confirmed on Saturday that 2 men, one in his 20s and the other in his 30s, were arrested under the Official Secrets Act in March. Sources have even spoke to the BBC as well. One of them was a parliamentary researcher involved in international affairs issues. And that's pretty much it for the headlines.
Nice, let's get into what you say in topic of the day.
All right, guys. So our topic of the day, right? I feel like in another setting, this could be like a long discussion, right? But we're gonna kind of get to the point real quick and see everyone's thoughts on this. Brent, there's a video in there if you don't mind playing, yeah? And but play it as soon as you're ready, yeah? And basically, the topic of the day is what is keeping you in the UK? I know that Gina will have a lot to say here.
Hey.
Nigeria's foolishness.
To get out of England. I haven't seen a doctor
What's that?
Nigeria's foolishness.
Okay.
in Germany, and I always try to convince people to get out of England. I haven't seen a doctor for 10 years. As soon as I come out here, I've had a full body MOT, dentist, I've had an MRT, the list goes on. If I need to see a doctor, it's like the stories I hear from my parents. I know my doctor by his name. I can go down and see my doctor when I want to see my doctor.
Right.
Something you can't get in England. I'll be honest with you. When I moved out to Germany, I had a realisation and I thought, do you know what? I feel as if I've been living a lie my whole life. I've always been told how England's the best country in the world. We got the best army in the world. We got the NHS. We've got this. When I left that country, I literally look back and think, we are living a lie. Well, you guys are living a lie. I'm not no longer.
You guys.
You guys. So I feel like he's kind of right in that a lot of people do say the UK is the best country in the world, this, that, and the third. And I feel like, depending on what you're talking about, you have a good point, right? But I feel like also, if you listen to our parents, a lot of them say the UK is finished. Because what the UK is today is not what it was in the 80s
when they came,
when they first
Love
came.
that one.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's very good and interesting perspective to take on board, though, because they were here living through it. They would have seen these changes, right, and how it's affected them. But the question is to you guys, what's keeping you in the UK? Have you ever thought to leave the UK? I know you have.
The pound.
Okay.
Honestly, it's a money thing, you know. I think if I look at my career and what I do, not to say that I can't make money elsewhere, but right now, the pound is serving its purpose. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I left before, it was good because I was still getting my pounds. And obviously, based on where I was, it was stretching a lot further. Do you get what I mean? So for me, it was the perfect blend. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Balance. I don't think I'm going to live here for the rest of my life. Absolutely not, just because I like to travel. Do you know what I mean? So, but I guess I feel like a lot of people stay just based on like familiarity and comfortability and the fear of the unknown and having to like start all over again. It's not an easy move. Do you know what I mean? It takes a lot of courage to go somewhere, especially if you're going to set up somewhere that you have no links to.
Yeah.
It's not like you've got family there. Like me going back to Ghana, to me is nothing because that's home regardless. I've got a family home there. I've got friends there. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't a hard decision, if that makes sense. But let's say I decided to go somewhere like even America, because it's not my base. Do you get what I mean? It's still the West, so there are a lot of similarities and stuff. But I think me moving to America probably would be a lot harder than me going back to Ghana. In terms of like mindset and shift and like setting up on my own, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me anyway, whatever's it's the pound.
The pound.
That's
So if the pound started to decline in value,
then
yeah.
see ya. I'm joking.
And where would that place be?
It's career opportunities though, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like for me, that's the main thing. Like it needs to make sense. So if, like I've always said, it's crazy because I don't want to live in America, like permanently. but I wouldn't mind having it as another base. I feel like for my career and in terms of the stuff that I'm doing, there's certain places in America where it makes a lot of sense.
What places are you?
Where would I
come
go?
to mind? Yeah, in
ATL.
America. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay.
In a heartbeat. Yeah.
Why does it make sense? What's over
Fitness
there?
in ATL is very massive.
Okay.
They have a very, very, very big fitness community in ATL.
Okay.
So the two main places generally is like LA and ATL. Obviously, ATL is a lot more black, and I feel like I'd thrive there a lot better than if I was in LA. To be honest with you, so yeah.
Okay. We're gonna come back to something that you said. What about you guys?
Oh, mine is. I think it's just because obviously I've moved here from somewhere else anyway.
Yes.
So there's so much moving I can move in a period of time. I'm not opposed to like moving and living somewhere else, depending on careers and like my career. I'm not opposed to moving somewhere else. I just haven't found anywhere that I'm drawn to, wanting to move to. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Or that makes sense for me so far in my young years. So right now it's a thing of convenience, and it's convenience. And just right now, my life makes sense here. So I feel like if a point comes, God forbid, but if a point comes where my life stops making sense here, I'm not opposed to finding somewhere else and making the right moves to move along. I did fantasize a lot about living in America when I was younger, but now that I see how they kill black people like they're cows, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
But even then, I think it would depend on what I'm moving for. I think that's my thing. My thing is just about career-wise. It would have to be
isn't it?
that. Second?
No, the right opportunities.
Yeah, it's the right opportunities, and I pack my bag.
Okay.
Depending on what it is I've got here as well. I have
Yeah.
to. Being an adult is a lot, man. Gosh.
Do you think you would move, like, I don't say for a man, but for a family, to start a family?
It would also have to have the right opportunities for me.
Okay.
Like, the way I currently am, I'm not set up where if my partner has something, if it's a boyfriend, if it says like, but the way I'm set up, I'm not set up where if my partner has something going on there, I will just quit everything I've got going on here just to go and sit idle there and figure out while I get there. I can't move like that. I can't just, faith and everything, but I also believe in having sense.
Yeah.
I don't take God for granted. I don't take God's blessings for granted.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd move for love. I can't even do long distance.
That's why you'd have to move.
I can't do long distance. No, but that's the thing though. At some point, it's gonna have to be. The only long distance I can do is the person moving here. And as in, I just met you today, but you're you're moving here in a month's time. When we do 1 month plus,
Yeah.
I don't have it in me.
Yeah. I hear you.
I want to be inside your skin. I can't do that when you're across the pond.
Okay.
I haven't really given serious thought about leaving the country, to be fair. I've had fleeting thoughts and flirted with the idea, but I've never actually sat down and had a proper plan or gave it really serious consideration. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Like, off the top of your head, if there was like a couple countries that you consider,
yeah.
what do you think those countries would be? And why?
Probably Nigeria, because that's where I'm from. America, because it's the closest thing, in my opinion, to the UK. Dubai, because it's very affluent and it's a Muslim country. Probably those three, to be fair. Those are probably the top three.
Do you feel like moving to Dubai would make you more, I don't want to say, hopefully you get what I mean, but not more serious as a Muslim, but more...
I think probably if I moved to Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Yeah, not Dubai. Dubai probably to a degree, but I think more so if I moved to Saudi. That's when I'll,
Have you been to Saudi before?
Nah, I've never been, you know.
Okay.
No, I've never been. I hope to go one day, though.
I contemplated Dubai actually when I moved as well.
I thought about Dubai.
Yeah. Again, for fitness, it's actually, they take it very serious over there. It's probably got some of the best gyms in the world, to be fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that.
It does. So I did contemplate it, but I couldn't live in Dubai.
Why?
It's too man-made for me. I don't know, like the lifestyle, it's too lifestyle, if that makes sense.
It feels like a reality TV show.
Yeah, it just feels, it's just
Like a Real Housewives or
consistent lifestyle. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ben, what about you?
I'm not looking to move anytime soon. I mean, all of my family are here, innit? So if I'm moving, I am starting a new life. No. I mean, I would have different houses, like holiday homes and whatnot, but it would just be for a break and then to return.
Okay.
Like I'm building something here, so it makes no sense for me to basically start again elsewhere.
Would you still have that same mindset if your family then moved? So if
My family?
Yeah.
Nah, I attach them like that.
I said he's here because his family is here. No,
but all right. So I hear what you're saying because it sounds a little contradictory. But if I were to move somewhere, there is nobody there for me, right?
Okay.
There's no familiarity at all. I mean, I'm closest with my brother Stephen, my smaller brother, right? And all of my nieces and nephews seem to really love me, like proper now, right? Especially the ones on my elder brother's side. So much so, as when it is I was there on Saturday, like one of them would keep coming and then just standing by me to hug me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
You hugging back?
Yeah. But this never used to happen before. You understand? So I'm now conscious that my absence is being felt.
It's gonna, it's definitely
Yeah.
felt. That's so sweet.
Yeah, but they're so disconnected from me in a sense where if they move, I'm not going to move to another country because of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
You understand? They're moving for different reasons. I'm building something here.
yeah.
So that's why it's not contradictory.
I'm definitely going to end up in Ghana, though. I know that for a fact.
Girl, every day I see you here, I'm shocked. You know,
I'm not going to lie. And you know what, yeah? Do you know how many... I remember I tweeted the other day and I was like, do you know how badly I'm finding the urge to not book a one-way ticket to just bounce?
Yeah, I feel like,
Serious.
you know, someone's like, oh, the sexual tension between me and this holiday or something.
No,
Between you and Ghana, it must be, girl.
like, that place is literally like my happy place, man. Anytime I feel any ounce of stress,
Off I go.
I just want to run. Literally, I'll 100% end up there though, like most definitely. But it's definitely one of those places you have to, not taking doses, but you need to come up for air.
That's why, like, I feel the same with Nigeria as well. I don't know if I could actually live in Nigeria.
Because
As
even
in
when
full time.
when I was there, I left, if that makes sense. So I did Dubai, I did South Africa, I did Nigeria. But it was good to have like a breath of fresh air to be able to leave and then, do you know what I mean?
Because I don't, it's a lot. Living there permanently is a lot. Like, I don't know that I have that in me.
It builds character though.
Oh,
100%.
100%.
Like if you can, and that's why for me, when I did that, I said, and it was shocking to my family to be fair, because growing up, I wasn't like, I hated Ghana before.
Yeah.
Hate is a strong word, but I just didn't like it, right?
But you were a kid, to be fair, though.
Yeah, and then even like, you see like my friend Danai's been going back to Ghana, like, she's not even Ghanaian. But that's what for years, way before me. And whenever it was the Christmas thing, she just knew not to ask me because she knew I wasn't coming because I didn't enjoy it, right? And then like, obviously I joined the bandwagon late. So then when I'm like, and even I remember when I booked my flight, I just said to my mum, I didn't tell anyone I was doing it. I was just like, oh, I'm moving to Ghana. My mum was like, sorry? I was like, yeah. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, I booked a one-way flight. She's like, when are you going? I was like, December. She's like, how long for? I was like, I don't know. And she's like, you serious? I was like, yeah. She was like, well, the house is there, innit? Like, and she thought it was a joke. Then I started like preparing.
Yeah.
Then I did like shipment boxes. I shipped my whole life over there, literally. She was like, you're actually doing this? And I was just like, yeah. And obviously when I was there, it's not like my mum was there. I was there on my own in the family house. And they just literally, like even my aunts were like, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. Like, it was so okay. Like,
What was the thing that made you, that I guess, push you over the edge to be like, I'm doing this?
to be fair, yeah, I'm not going to lie, I did book it on a whim though.
Okay. Yeah, but sometimes you need that though to make that decision.
I contemplated it, yeah, because I went for 6 weeks and came back and I actually considered doing it.
Okay.
Then I found my ex cheating, and in that moment, I'm not gonna lie, in that moment I just booked the flight. I said, I'm over this place. I'm out. Bye. And yeah, that was it.
So okay, so when you went there, right? Like you said, it's your happy place. What made you come back?
Work.
Okay,
So basically,
that's the thing
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So my plan was, I was always gonna come back and do summer in the UK because I love a UK summer, right?
Okay.
So I got a job. I got a Gymshark job.
You love the UK summer?
I love UK summer, like as in it's fun over here in the summer.
Oh,
Like,
I
with
thought you were
events.
talking about the weather.
No, but I mean like just vibes and
Yeah.
events, and I always find it like there's good vibes usually. So I always plan to come back in the summer. So I was gonna come back probably like before my birthday or something, right? And then I got a Gymshark job. So I remember Georgette calling me and was just like, ma'am, are you going to be around in April because you got this opportunity? So I was like, okay, cool, let me come. So I came and my plan was to stay and do for summer and then go back in September.
Yeah.
Then I got offered a contract because the store was opening. And I was like, where are you going? You better sit your ass here.
And ship them boxes back.
My stuff's still there though. Like I didn't bring anything back. I just came back with a suitcase.
I love
And
that, 'cause then you got
That's
two-
what I'm saying. I've got two
Yeah.
homes. So when I go to Ghana, I barely have to take anything there. Obviously, like the amount of gym clothes I have there, like everything's. My life is there. If that makes sense. Yeah. So I came. I came. My plan was to go back in September, and then it was like, you're not going back in September. And then I was just like, okay. And here we are.
Does that make a bit of a side note? Yeah. Does that make you think that in life there's so many things that we keep around us that we don't actually need? The fact that you can take everything over there and not bring it back, and still be fine.
Yeah, because you just buy new stuff.
Okay.
It's not like I'm going without.
Yeah,
I just replaced the stuff. I just replaced the stuff. Do you get what I mean? Because remember, if that was the case, I wouldn't have taken anything there.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah.
That is true. So, okay. What do you think are the things that we experience in the UK that make you guys say, you know what, UK is still like a place that I need to be at?
Customer service.
Family, friends. Well, no, okay, no, sorry, I'm going to remove friends. No offense.
No, I think friends as well, though.
I hear you, but when I was younger, I could probably use friends as an excuse. But as an adult now, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't stay here because of my friends. But family, 100%. My nieces, my nephews, my mum, my dad, my sisters, definitely.
Okay. What else in terms of like something that I guess we can all say family if we was in a different country, but something about the UK specifically
That you'd miss.
just something that keeps you here.
Being used to this is home, innit? So
That's what I was gonna say.
Just being comfortable.
Being comfortable. This is where you grew up, innit? So
And you know what it is? It's like we have a lot of conveniences. We don't realize the conveniences until you're away from here.
That's what I'm saying.
So like when I went to Gran Canaria for my birthday and forgot my charger thing, my because obviously they use the Spanish one or wherever.
Yeah.
I could have just gone. I could go to Boots to get that. I can go to Tesco to get that. I can get. Do you know what I mean? Like I go to a shop.
yeah,
I went to like 3 supermarkets.
yeah.
They didn't have it. I said, so what do you guys have in here then? Obviously, they got everything else. But I was like, how can you not have this basic thing? I had to go. Thankfully, the cab driver I had, big up him, lovely guy. I think his name was George or something. Big up him anyway. So then I communicated to him while he was like, oh. Then he was like, oh, I know where we're gonna go. Then he took me to like a hardware store.
Yeah.
But here, I'm not going unless I need some pipes. No, Mark's a bad influence. Because I was about to say, no, I am a girl. Anyway, whatever. You see, yeah. Do you get what I mean? Like, I wouldn't go in and I need like plumbing stuff. Do you get what I mean? But that's what it was. It was like a plumbing shop. And they randomly there, they just have the adapters. And I wouldn't find that anywhere else. So I feel like sometimes it's little things. Even when I think about like my skincare, if I run out of like one SPF, there's like 4 different places I can go to get it. And also the brands that are available. Like every other place has their own version of brands.
Yeah.
If I think about moving to Nigeria, for example, I'm gonna have to take all my products with me in bulk because I can't run out because they don't sell it there. I'm gonna have to wait for someone to come in. So it's those conveniences. Those are things that would really, really get to
Also,
me.
I think one comparison I always make, especially with America, is healthcare. So the healthcare, obviously NHS over here, healthcare not being free in America, and just how that works and health insurance, and that's always one comparison I make in regards to why I wouldn't want to move to America as opposed to staying here. I mean,
Do you know what I realised as well? Yeah, I think, you know how we say the UK is expensive, yeah?
Yep.
I feel like everywhere is expensive. And I always feel like whenever I go on a holiday, I feel like wherever I've gone is a lot more expensive than the UK.
100%.
Like, even in Ghana. Like, Ghana's not cheap to live, especially if you're living as a Western person. I'm not comparing myself to like a local. Because when I go to Ghana, I'm not going to live like a local. Do you understand what I mean?
Yep.
But for me to continue living as I live over here, like Esther said, even with products and stuff, right? Because everything over there is imported, the price of the product is double. So if I'm
So
paying
rude.
£3 for a pack of wipes over here is £7 over there.
Yeah.
And that's the norm. And there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about
Nothing you can do
that.
about
Even
it.
going to America, like when I went to, is it CVS? When I went to LA, I was like, you know when you're paying on your Monzo and you're... I said...
What kind of foolishness?
Wait a minute. Like... The UK is not not like it's not expensive. It is expensive, obviously, but I'm saying everywhere is expensive. Like everywhere's expensive.
And you know what it is as well? We over here, Superdrug gives me like a nice little 3 for 2.
Yeah.
My boots, my La Roche-Posay stuff,
Yep.
stupid expensive.
I only
but
buy
I can
stuff when they're even doing
Do you know what I mean? I can do a 3 for 2.
look fantastic and then places there.
This is it. Do you get what I mean?
But when you move though, won't you just
do
acclimatise to that environment and you just get used to using whatever it is over there over time?
No, but
Not with skincare. That's the only thing I can't compromise on.
what do you mean, like products and stuff?
In 13 years.
No, because I feel like they have the same products in America, for example. The products they have in America, they have over here.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's just more expensive.
It's inflated.
So it's inflated. So over here, we're like, oh, the UK is expensive. But I'm saying every time I travel, I always think, bro,
more
everywhere's
expensive
expensive.
Yeah, no. I was more talking to Esther's point about
Like using products.
about not being able to find the products you use over
think
here
there's-
when you're abroad.
Yeah, I think there's certain things I can substitute, but there's certain things where it's like, these, like my skincare, for example.
You're not going to compromise.
This is
on
what works for me. I've had acne for 13 years. This is this is my thing now. Do you get what I mean? So with that, it wouldn't be so easy for me to come to switch. But say it's like wipes.
Yeah.
That I can do. But even something as little as what's it called? Like toilet wipes. Like wet wipes. They don't be having that, you know, sometimes in certain places. I'm like, what are you a grocery store for? So I think there's sometimes the little, like obviously I can find equivalent of digestive biscuits and do you get what I mean? But there's certain things that aren't even a thing there, like in terms of like products wise, that doesn't even exist in that country, and you're used to using it here. I feel like that is what I would miss. 'Cause I don't like inconvenience, and sometimes the inconvenience that gets me over the edge is the littlest inconvenience, and that would be such a struggle for me.
What do you guys think about the transport system?
Ugh.
Yeah, compared to other places you've been to.
I think we have a very good transport system in the UK. I think it's easy to get about. Like, well, let me talk about London anyway.
To understand,
'cause I can only
okay.
talk about London.
Yeah.
I think travel and commuting makes sense. I feel like not because I'm spoiled, but like I get why people who move from abroad who come to the UK don't drive. Like who don't get cars or who live in London. I realise that that's
driving
the thing.
here is a nightmare, honestly.
Like there's loads of people that don't drive. I feel like obviously because we're Londoners, we're kind of like accustomed to it.
Yeah.
And we've been doing it for years. But I get why they don't, because you don't need to. You can get to anywhere a lot quicker on public transport. I'm talking about trains, tubes, whatever. Than you can drive it.
I don't think I've used many public transports abroad, you know. France, New York. And
I've definitely, in New York, 100%.
I think Holland I've been on, well, Amsterdam I've been on
Amsterdam,
the trams, but I don't remember I don't think I've done enough to have a comparison, if that makes sense.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, I think maybe we will be naturally biased because we're used to our transport system. Do you get what I mean? But when I think about like other places, people don't get around.
Look at even
They get around,
China.
As in they get around, like, do you know what I mean? Like, because they're
Like,
used to like
China,
Subway, all that
Japan,
kind of stuff. Like,
Efficient.
even what's it called, Sarah from Canada the other day, she was saying how she was able to find London's one. She understands the tubes and stuff because it's kind of like that in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you're new to a place, it all looks very weird. I typically avoid public transports in other places.
Yeah.
Cause I just feel like they just know that I don't even go here.
Oh.
Makes me, I feel like I could be a victim. Who was it that was saying? Who was it that was saying about when you go abroad, you always hear about pickpocketers? It was Marks, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So stuff like that. Obviously, they do tell you to keep your eyes out. But I can't keep my eyes out when I'm on a bus trying to figure out if I'm at the right stop and trying to make sure I don't get robbed or pickpocketed. It's a whole thing.
I think every time I've gone to New York, though, I thrive on that on the subway. I love it. It's like being over here, innit?
I want to try it, to be fair, but it looks very dramatic.
And it's so entertaining, man. When they're
Always
going to get on a
something
train.
That's what makes me scared.
And people are going to come in and start back dancing and break dancing and backflip. I've never got on a tube yet, on a subway in New York and not enjoyed myself. Like, someone's coming playing the drums. Like, it's definitely entertaining. Obviously, it is intense as well. But I guess I see it as, because I'm from London, I'm like, I'm used to getting on a train during rush hour and whatnot. And as long as you know where you're going, they're so easy to kind of understand.
But what about like in terms of just how comfortable it is? Because New York subway things are not as comfortable as it is in London. They're seating and just...
Yeah, of
Oh, yeah,
course,
they
but
have the hard plastic seats,
Yeah,
innit?
exactly.
Of course, but the thing is, you're not gonna want. Obviously, now you want soft life in it. We're older now. Now, obviously, I haven't been in New York in time, but if I was to go, I can imagine it's still just getting on the subways just to go about my business, just because it's more convenient and quicker.
Yeah,
I hate traffic. I'll be honest.
Oh,
Traffic is one thing that just gives me anxiety. Like
I hate traffic
it.
when I'm the one driving. If I'm a passenger princess, traffic all day, and I've got snacks. Traffic all day.
It's a snack. I just hate. It's like, for example, yeah. If I look at how long it's gonna take me in a car, and then I look how long it's gonna take me in a tube, and it's like, it's half the time, I'm getting on the train. Man.
Yeah, I
know you're gonna be in your own space, and fair enough, you're not driving, even if it's double the time. But just being in that, not like I feel claustrophobic, but after a while, I'm so over it. I'm like,
yeah, that's
do
why
you know what
sometimes
I mean?
that's why sometimes I don't drive to the O2. Like yesterday,
Oh
God
my
loves me so much.
goodness.
I was at home
drove
within 30
yesterday.
minutes of me leaving the place.
Yeah.
Message Maxie saying, "Girl, I'm home. Let me know when you get home." She said, "I'm still in the car park trying to get out."
It was alright for me, you know.
Go,
Because
what's
I
the
said, I didn't
She was
leave.
there for an hour.
It's because we didn't leave,
didn't leave
when
us
you
that
lot
time,
left.
yeah.
already.
Yeah,
So-
she was there for like an hour. I
No.
said,
So for us,
Ridiculous.
for us
mad.
going, it was, for me, it was a breeze.
yeah.
How much did you pay for the parking?
14.
Okay.
How much did you pay?
20.
Yeah, because you lot don't know where to park. I always know where
Where
to
do you
park.
park?
I always park. You always say you're going to the cinema.
Yeah, I knew it.
Go to the cinema car park. And
Yeah.
generally, it was only because I was there for up to 6 hours. I was like, excuse me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how long I was
Really?
there for because I was there for long. But generally speaking, it's like a tenner.
Yeah.
Every
yeah.
time I go.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, so
That's
£10.
not bad. I'll do that
It's
then.
a car park 3 or 4.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Or
Straight and then to the
little
left.
life hack: go and buy a cinema ticket.
And you get for free.
For free, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
It's free for a certain amount of hours, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it won't
think
be. It won't be for the whole 6.
I think it's like 4
Oh.
hours.
It'll be
or
like
something.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. How many
It's
people? How
still
many
good,
jokes
yeah,
are they making
yeah.
on the stage? I'll be
Yeah.
done by then.
No, yeah, literally.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
I used to do that before when I had the Cineworld pass.
Okay, yeah.
So you just go
Oh,
and
that's
get any
so
random
great.
ticket. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Love that. Well, you guys are welcome.
All right. So before we wrap up, yeah. Actually, Yusuf has already answered. But what's your top 3 countries that if you're not in the UK, you would move to?
It annoys me because I really would move to South Africa, but it's just too dangerous, so I wouldn't. If it weren't for the crime, 100%, like,
Is it
I wouldn't even think about it.
certain parts though? Like,
Joburg.
is there a certain part that you can stay in and be calm?
I guess so. Cape Town's not as bad as Johannesburg, I guess, but Johannesburg is where it's at, baby. All the litness is like, do you know what I mean? It's like the jungle, so it's like you want to be there, but it's a bit peak. So no, top 3, Ghana. Ethiopia.
Okay.
I don't know. England. Like, I don't mind. Because I'm not angry that I live here. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
of course,
like,
yeah.
I actually, if I had to stay here for the rest of my life, I'm not slitting my wrist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'll make it work because I have to.
Would you guys consider Canada?
It's cold over there.
Yeah.
Very, very cold.
I can't deal with that.
I'll
That
put it on.
stupid snow that's touching your boob.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, weather-wise, it's a bit.
Yeah, I can't. I don't even like it over here.
Are you finding that a lot of people that you know are going to Canada though?
I know. I had one friend that moved to Canada. That's it.
My Nigerian friends, yeah. Because it's like in Nigeria, you either go to the UK, US, or Canada.
Go Canada, yeah.
But Canada's like, I feel like it's the most accessible place to go to. My auntie's actually moving there next week, I think.
That's what I'm saying. My brother's been there for what, maybe 5 years now?
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
friends from like secondary school where they moved to Canada. Actually, when I talk about Nigeria, actually, I forgot about Abuja. I would live in. I would move to Abuja. I wouldn't live in Lagos. I couldn't live in Lagos permanently. That is stressful. I live in Abuja, but that's because Abuja is like, it gives small Western
Okay, I get
vibes
you.
because it's very chilled.
Yeah.
When I got there, I could not believe the silence and how clean the streets were and how just, it literally felt like I was on a motorway here and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, where's the chaos? Because Lagos, yeah, as soon as that plane lands, they open that door, the dust slaps me in the face. I have to get my inhaler out and I step out. I start hearing the security. It doesn't matter what time of the day you land.
100%.
They're awake, alert, and ready to go. Abuja was so quiet. Like, throughout the airport, it was just empty. I said, wow, it's fantastic. So I would actually move to Abuja.
Okay.
I haven't been to Ghana yet. I want to go next year for sure, definitely now. But I reckon I probably could do Ghana as well. Actually, no, I probably could. My brother went this year, like last month, I think. and they loved it.
Mm.
What other countries are there? Okay, I'm gonna say Abuja. I think some in the States I could probably do. Not like an open carry situation. I can't do that. And possibly Dubai, you know. Haven't visited there either, but I've got friends who've moved out there and stuff, and I think I could do that.
Okay. Brett?
3 countries I can move to.
Yeah.
Trinidad. Tobago.
Okay. All right. Then what's the neighboring?
All right, so Trinidad, America, I'll probably say New York. Because I've been there.
Did you enjoy it there?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
What, New York?
Yeah.
I want to go to New York. Well, on a solo trip there.
I enjoyed the Bronx, and I enjoyed Queens, and I enjoyed Brooklyn.
I'm Cardi B, and I am from the Bronx.
And finally, probably south of France.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you rich man.
Period.
It's really, really nice over there. The weather's good, and the pastel colors.
Yeah, it's nice.
the
But
colours.
France is still France, man.
Yeah. But it's
Terrible
country,
people.
so you don't really like bounce into people too tough.
I guess so. Yeah, I think for me, same. Like, Ghana, Nigeria, maybe Dubai, man. Yeah. Because when I went there and I saw my friend who lives out there now, she's been there for about what? I want to say maybe 8 years or something like that.
Yeah.
The quality of life they have there.
In Dubai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just on another level, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just on another level. Like, their theme parks. Obviously, it might be the way she's living too, right? But they
Maybe
just
have
go
a
to
good job
theme
there.
parks,
Yeah.
like going to the Hackney Downs Park. You know what I'm saying? Just go there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You know what's interesting about all the places I'd want to move to? I'd want to be earning in British pounds.
See what I mean?
So it would be like remote work. I have to have a good British salary so that I can live. I'm not going to somewhere else again, Safa. This doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I would have to have like really good money to then to live in these places.
Or at least keep your money. So in Dubai, with the taxes being so low, you get to keep a lot of your money.
But then if I'm earning British pounds and I move to Dubai, I'd have to pay British tax.
No, I think if you proper like settle over there, you ain't got to pay British. You're paying tax.
Even
over
though
there.
the company I work for is here and it's
No. Ooh.
No, you
I don't
would.
think so.
I wouldn't.
Aren't you going to be getting paid from a...
So is it? There's
As in, like,
always
if
a-
they've got like a
Getting paid from
branch or like over there, but you're transferring teams or something.
No, I just live there. So say it's like a British company, but
Oh,
I'm
you're
working remote.
working.
And
Yeah, of course you
Oh,
will.
working remote.
You're
Okay,
getting
okay.
paid- you're getting
yeah,
paid
yeah,
by
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
very
the
cheap.
Brits,
Yeah.
yeah.
I never mind then.
But yeah. Okay, we've got a caller.
Brent, can you turn on that, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, caller.
Going once,
Going twice.
sold.
Sorry, call again, please.
So that's
I'll
the rule of the
engage
game.
it.
All right.
There we
10
go.
a.m.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
5 more in.
Yeah, you guys, I love this topic, you know, because I'm ready to just drop out. I'm ready to leave this fucking shit country, man.
Jackpot is a mood, girl.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
Is it Veronica?
and it's Valerie. I'm from Zimbabwe, but I know everyone understands the jackpot. Yeah, you know, one thing, when I came here, I came when I was 4, and England, yeah, was like milk and honey. Everybody was, you know, thriving, and you could see everyone's progression. Like literally as a child, I could see everyone thriving, and especially like my sister, because I'm an orphan. So when we came here, my sister was 19 and I was 4, and she was like, I was her child basically. So like seeing her develop and seeing her friends as well, like her age mates develop. And then when I was like 10, she's like 28, and I could see again her thriving again. So I could actually see England is actually useful to every single person around me. But then the moment I turned maybe when it was like 2017, yeah, around there, that's when I could actually see the people, like my older siblings, it's like they just stayed stagnant from there. And for me, I don't think anything has moved since then. Like, I feel like England is just going downhill since 2018. Like, there's nothing. You can't thrive anymore. And even if you do try to thrive, they tax you 40% of your money, bro. So it's like you can't flourish here no more. And that's the reason why I think, England's just not doing. And for the fact that their own people, as in their own white people, are moving to Germany and places, that tells you that it's just not conducive anymore. Yeah. Because you know how these people go hard for their country. So if they're leaving too, why the hell are we not? Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
So Valerie, under normal circumstances, I'll keep you on the phone for longer, But before you go, tell me what 3 countries you would go to if you had to leave the UK tomorrow.
Ooh, tomorrow, damn. Because I'm thinking, do I have the funds? And obviously, well, I don't like to call them third world countries.
Well, forget the funds being an issue. Just your top 3 countries that you'd go to.
Okay, so definitely either SA, either my own country, but it has to be in Zimbabwe. It has to be like near Vic Falls, only because I really want to get into the farming / resort business. I really like the idea of having a farm and a resort in one place, so that when people come to your cabins, they can pick their own peppers, go back to their and then make their own meals, and it's in-house. Or they can choose the option of saying, hey, I want an in-house chef, and that chef is getting stuff from right in front of them, and the cows and stuff like that. So that's why I'm thinking my country, or just somewhere in Africa really, so that that business can thrive. But if I was thinking Western world, my ex was from Denmark, and I used to go there for a year. I used to go there every month, and that place was nice. I used to think that obviously living in somewhere like Sweden or Denmark was hard because of the language barrier, but actually everyone there speaks English because there's a lot of people coming into the country. Majority of the people that worked in shops were all students themselves, international students, because it's 3K to go to, it was 3K to go to school in Denmark compared to 9K a year. So a lot of people went there. So you didn't even need to learn Danish in the first place. So if it was in the Western world, I would say somewhere like there. But defo, I really want to move somewhere in Africa so that I can accomplish my goal. So that's it.
I hear you. I like that. I like that. Thank you very much for calling, man.
Thanks, girl.
Fine. Have a good day. Bye.
You too.
Take care.
Well, wouldn't no one here move to Japan, China, Thailand?
Let me be honest.
I language barrier.
I hate going to countries. One, language barrier and racism. And I don't want to go somewhere where I'm an anomaly and I have to deal with that consistently. I can't add that to me. That's adding a level of stress that,
to be fair,
I'm not signing up for. That's long.
The language is one of the big reasons why I picked the 3 I picked earlier as well.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got time.
Good morning, caller.
Morning, TDA. It's Kwabena. How you guys doing?
All good, thanks. How are you?
No, I really like this topic, especially because I live in Egypt and what you guys are talking about. I'm catching up on the YouTube link, so I'm a bit behind. But just to sort of answer Esther's point about whether you could be paid in British sterling, British pounds, live in another country, you definitely can. You can negotiate into your contract. Actually, that's something that I did when I moved over to Egypt. But I only knew that because my brother lives in Germany and he was giving me tips because he also relocated over there. So I was asking him as an expat, what are the sort of things that you should sort of negotiate within your contract stuff. So it definitely helps knowing someone that's done it as well. So if you've got anyone in your sort of family or friends, definitely speak to them about it as well. That's one of the things I'd say.
Oh, wait, quick question. But then do you get taxed for the country you live in or the country you're getting paid from?
So in Egypt, we get taxed from Egypt, not in the UK.
Okay, so do you have to pay your taxes separately?
Yeah.
As in file them separately?
No, so file it separately, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the things you just got to be mindful of when you move abroad as well, really. That's what I touch on. But at the moment, I'm actually in Ghana for 2 months. So, just want a few things here. So. But I hope you guys are all well.
Enjoyment.
Yeah, I hope you are too. Well, you must be in the sun.
Exactly. I'm enjoying life more.
Love that.
Thank you very much for calling.
Thank
man.
you.
I know you guys got a crack. All right, take care.
Take
Okay.
care. All right.
All right, guys. I think we
Let's get
can
into
wrap
our
up
next
there.
headlines.
Thank you.
All right, so our next headline, Russia's foreign minister has hailed the G20 summit in Delhi as a success after Moscow was shielded from criticism over the Ukraine war in a joint declaration. So Sergei Lavrov said as a two-day meeting drew to a close that we were able to prevent the West's attempts to Ukrainize the summit agenda. India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, hailed a diplomatic triumph after all members of the group, including China, reached a toughly negotiated consensus and signed a joint declaration on issues covering climate, economic cooperation, and most diversely, the war in Ukraine. The language on the invasion of Ukraine was noticeably softened, seemingly to appease China and Russia, omitting any condemnation of Moscow or reference to Russia's aggressions, which were included in last year's G20 joint statement signed in Bali. The new wording drew criticism from Kiev, which said the joint statement was nothing to be proud of. Lavrov claimed it was a diplomatic win for Russia, saying the declaration fully reflects our position. He said he had not expected Western countries to agree to the statement after the Russian and Chinese delegations made it clear they no longer accepted the wording used to condemn the invasion of Ukraine at last year's summit. Next headline takes us to Africa, where Egypt had voiced anger after Ethiopia announced it had filled the reservoir at a highly controversial hydroelectric dam on the Blue Nile River. Ethiopia has been in dispute with Egypt and Sudan over the mega project since its launch in 2011. Egypt relies on the Nile for nearly all of its water needs. And Egypt's foreign minister said that Ethiopia was disregarding the interests of the downstream countries. Ethiopia says that $4.2 billion dam will not cut their share of Nile water. The Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said on X, formerly Twitter, that it is a great pleasure that I announced the successful completion of the fourth and final filling of the Renaissance Dam. He admitted the project had faced internal and external obstacles, but we endured all of that. This is what he was saying. The dam began generating electricity in February of last year. Ethiopia believes that the GERD, which is the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, will double the country's electricity output, providing a vital development boost, as currently half the 127 million population lacks electricity. And our last headline, this is a bit of a, let me not say much. Anyway, so this takes us to China, right, where there's a social media debate. And basically it's erupted in China over a trend among some women to dress and behave in a way that's, quote, good for marriage, with detractors saying it discourages independence. So China, like much of East Asia, is battling with a demographic crisis, and young people increasingly choose to forgo marriage and children. Last year, China officially recorded its first decline in population for more than 60 years. Remember, we were talking about how population in certain parts of the country, especially in the West and in East Asia as well, are kind of declining as well. They're not having enough kids. So basically, as society grapples with government and treaties to build families amid rising living and child rearing costs, some female influencers have driven an online trend focusing on making themselves more attractive to potential husbands. The pastel makeup and modest clothing that are the hallmark of good for marriage styles. So when I'm saying good for marriage, by the way, that's in quotations, right? The pastel makeup and modest clothing that are the hallmark of good for marriage styles are based on Brilliant Girls, which is a 2021 drama that centers around a woman who wants to get married as quickly as possible. Promotional social media posts by one of its stars, Yi Song, which offered good for marriage styling suggestions, drew some controversy as well. But according to a Japanese organization, the Women's Action Network, the trend also has its roots in Japanese fashion culture. On China's microblogging platform, Weibo, women have attacked the trend using the hashtag suitable to be a wife is not a compliment, it's offensive, which has drawn tens of millions of engagements. One woman, in response to that trend, said, I'm desperately working towards the difficult to marry style. I love exercise and shopping, and I'm a super feminist who loves to argue. And that's it for the headlines. It's time to pay them bills.
Let's get into some work. Right. All right, so I'm very happy about this because I think that people need to understand there are consequences for the foolishness that you do. Erica Mena is losing jobs left, right, centre. So what are they called? Love and Hip Hop put out a statement a while ago, and they said the Love and Hip Hop franchise has never shied away from hard conversations in our reminder, she and Spice were having an argument. Spice talked about her being a bad mother. She responded to Spice by calling her a monkey. Clocked what she said. Tried to say she's a blue monkey because Spice was in a blue wig. But then you know her heart wasn't right because she wanted to start making monkey sounds. So some foolish colorist shits that she was doing. But anyways, the Love and Hip Hop franchise has never shied away from hard conversations in our community. Working hand in hand with our partners, viewers will see the impact of Erica Mena's remarks play out in the final 3 episodes of the season. Effective immediately, she will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I note they said she will not appear in the next season. This isn't like violence or something. Well, that's the story is about violence. I feel like they should have said she's done with Love and Hip Hop. They said she's done for the next season. You got to read between the lines. She's gonna be after next season. She's going back to the season after that.
Okay. I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, go on, Tony.
But the only thing I think they did wrong, is they should have fired her when it happened. Because
not after the fact.
This looks stupid because you lot were there when it happened.
Yeah.
You saw that it happened. This happened months ago.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Erica and Spice were going back and forth on live on Insta, but obviously we had no context.
Yeah.
So we didn't know what they were fighting
Spice
over.
better than me. I would have.
We didn't know what they were fighting over.
did.
This was months ago, like them going back and forth and cussing each other out and stuff. Yeah. So the general public had no idea what this was about. It seems like you're only firing her because
you're getting cooked.
You're getting cooked. Because number one, you should have fired her and it shouldn't have been aired. Because we've seen, remember Amber Rose and Jocelyn, right? They didn't show the clip. And I don't know if they got fired or not, but like they cut
they did. They had to leave the show.
Right, so they've cut it out. They didn't allow it to air. For me, it's like, you know that this is triggering for a lot of people, right? And it's going to do a lot more harm than good. I feel like if you actually cared about your community or cared about the people involved, you would have dealt with this immediately at the time. This is months ago.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So I'm just seeing it as, you should have fired her there and then after it happened because you don't know what happened. You were there. But now you've gone and edited it and put it out. And because it's had so much backlash.
Because then they wanted the numbers.
Now you want to... That's why for me, it's like, don't... like
it's fake outrage.
It's basically like... good for firing her because I think it's a fireable offence anyway.
100%.
But I just feel like you're making it seem as if you're doing this for the community and to prove a point, and you're not, because if that was the case, you would have spared your community
this trauma
and not thought about your numbers.
Do you know
it's
what
clearly
Egg was
a numbers game?
What Egg was in the comments talking about? She doesn't believe in firing people. Paris.
Who's Paris again?
She was friends with, isn't she best friends at Sierra or one of those girls? She was friends with K Michelle. K Michelle's assistant.
Oh, okay.
She was in I can't remember.
She wasn't that important because I don't remember her.
She was definitely an extra. She's normally your friend of a cast member. So she wasn't commenting about she doesn't agree with people getting fired. She feels like that's too far. She's heard worse things on the show.
Which I do agree with. I do feel like there's been worse things on the show. I
What's
feel
worse
like
that someone said?
No, not even in terms of what people have said though. In terms of violence, man.
Like, but that's the thing. Love and Hip Hop promotes violence because remember, Benzino and Althea, they got fired. So basically, there was a reunion, whatever, and they fought Jocelyn and Stevie. Jocelyn and Stevie were allegedly on coke. Like they were not. They were like them bulldogs. Suella Braverman trying to get banned.
A reunion.
This was a reunion. Yeah, so basically, what happened was they just fought. They basically just fought them for no reason. Essentially, just jumped Althea. It was a whole mess of foolishness. They aired it cool. Althea and Benzino were gonna take them to court. They got fired because we're gonna take them to court. So basically, in the Love and Hip Hop contract, you can't take someone to court because of the violence. So the show promotes violence. So for the normal person, it's like, oh, they do these things, but that's part of it. That's why someone would just be talking to you. You are just calm. Next thing you're throwing orange juice in my face.
But that's why, to be fair,
that's what the show promotes.
When I saw a clip from Scrappy was like, but this happens though. They set these things up on purpose. Remember, the whole show of it is just about numbers and entertainment.
And you react to things if you don't have enough vim and use that argument, you have to react it. It's not a real thing. And they'll message them out. I can't remember who it was. But the basic message, say we have beef, yeah, they'll be like, oh, Gina, be at the cafe at this time. They'll message me as well, be at the cafe at this time. And they'll be like, yeah, so this is what's happening. You guys are going to talk about whatever. There you go.
ahead.
Do you know what I mean? So the show promotes violence anyway, but I feel like with this one, I agree with you in that it's after the fact. Because really and truly, I feel like certain like Bravo that does the Real Housewives and stuff like that, they would not have showed that. There's stuff that's happened behind the scenes where they've just said to us, something crazy happened, they put the text up, blah, 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 whatever, and then we move on from there. Do you know what I mean? And you see the repercussions of that. She definitely should have been fired months ago, not because the girl hasn't even said anything. She's not sorry about it.
Yeah, she hasn't. Like,
She's
she
not
literally
sorry.
hasn't made a statement or said
She said nothing. She hasn't posted on Instagram. She hasn't said nothing because, again, she's not sorry. That is normal language to her.
Yeah.
But basically, she's meant to be on another show as well called Hush, and they also put a statement and they said, we do not condone Erica Mena's recent reprehensible comment. She will be featured in the upcoming season of Hush, set to premiere later this year, as production was completed months ago. But in the event of additional seasons, she will not be part of the cast. Do you see what I'm saying? Additional seasons.
Yeah,
so
making
she's
it
done.
clear she's done.
Love and Hip Hop are going to bring her back after thingy. Because remember Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? There was a season where Kenya provoked Portia, and Portia literally dragged her. Like, sis was sitting down and she literally dragged her by her real hair onto the floor and fought her. Portia was not allowed for like 2+ seasons, something like that, right? And when she came back, she had to come back as she was demoted as a housewife. But that's because that show does not promote violence. Do you get what I mean? So with Love and Hip Hop, she's gonna be back next season. She might even be a friend of somebody. No, she said she will not appear yet. But after that season, she's gonna be back again because this is what the show promotes: foolishness. So that happened anyway. And then Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have been getting cooked all weekend. Rightly so. So on Friday, Iman told us about what's his name? Danny Masterson, who has been convicted. I don't want to say support letter. I hate typos like that.
Trigger warning, guys.
Yes, trigger warning on this, sorry. So basically he's been convicted for countless rape situations. They basically wrote a letter of support, for him. This is why they've been getting cooked all weekend. And I feel like because of since the Tory thing and now this, I don't see a lot of people writing letters to support anymore because we're gonna know. We're gonna know
They're
what
gonna
happened.
get leaked, yeah.
It's gonna get leaked. But basically, this is what I feel like their letter, the way they've been getting cooked, rightly so. I always say to people, you know people
How you
in the
know them.
capacity
Yeah.
of your relationship to them.
Yeah.
You can never, I would not vouch for my mum. I would not vouch for anybody in this world because your experience of somebody is different to my experience of them. All these rape victims, and these Dumb and Dumber are out here writing a letter talking about, hold on, let me read part of what they wrote in their stupid letter. So it says, Danny takes his job seriously. He is kind, courteous, and hardworking. He treated everyone from the grips to the teamsters, to the actors, to the caterers as equals. He's a role model. He has consistently been an excellent one. He's an amazing friend, confidant, and above all, an outstanding older brother figure. His genuine concern for those around him and his commitment to leading by example make him an outstanding role model and friend. Are you a fool? Your friend has been your friend has been convicted of literally he's got 30 years to life. He's been convicted of countless allegations, and you're writing there that he's a role model. BFFR. I'm sorry, but I'll be honest with you. I don't have one friend that something like this could come out about, and I'm writing you a letter of support. I'm gonna be so real with you. Because for me, I feel like it's insulting for me to talk about how great of a friend you are when you are causing people heartbreak for the rest of their lives. You've hurt people, and I'm here talking about you're a great friend. You're a great friend to me.
Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. I find it a bit tricky, because I feel like there's just certain people in your lives that you feel like you can vouch for, and that you feel like I know this person for decades, this and the third, and I just feel like they will never do this, right? But I thought when I first heard about this case that they wrote this character reference prior to the sentencing. I found out it was after they said the man is guilty. I thought, are you people insane?
Do you know
They've
what?
said he's done all of this type of stuff and you lot still want to write a character reference to help with the
He's probably
sentencing.
got stuff on them, innit?
You think so?
Yeah.
He must do. Do you know what it is? Because you know what? Yeah, like, you know your friend. I feel like there's certain things you can hear about someone and be like, Brent would never, like, Brent.
That's what I'm saying
No,
to
but you know what it is? The Brent I know would never do that. There can't be, if it's one allegation, I can be like, no, I've seen the way Brent interacts with this person and that person. Like, Brent is not a bully, right? Say he's bullying, the charges are bullying, right? I can be like, I've seen the way Brent moves with people. He's not a bully, whatever. If, however, there's like 15 people accusing Brent of bullying, sir.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be like, Brent, people don't like you, man.
That's what you're saying.
I'll be honest with you.
Nah,
because
I'm not writing a
Well, if
character.
there was 15 allegations.
because I
Yeah,
feel like I
man.
know you.
The thing
No,
is,
you know what you know of him.
You're vouching for him based on your experience with him, which
This
is
is it.
100%,
fine.
yeah.
I
Which
would
is fine.
vouch for my friend based on my experiences with him.
Yeah.
And that, if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind being proven wrong,
yeah.
but I'm gonna vouch for them based on what I know of them, innit?
Yeah.
And if they've shown me good character and all the other stuff,
Yeah.
I'm gonna vouch for them. But you
You're
never
aware
know,
that
though.
it's,
No,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
it. You
yeah.
never
Especially, I'm not
know.
gonna lie, especially with man them,
You
I get
never
it.
know.
you never know. Especially
You
man them
never
and women.
know.
Yeah.
Like, I'll vouch for your character, but I'm not gonna say you could never have done that because I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what people are doing in their spare time.
enough.
I feel like with certain allegations, I don't know that I can write you a character reference based on what I know of you. Because what I know of you is irrelevant to all that's going on now. And I know that with character references as well, it's essentially to let the judge give you a lighter sentence. I believe in justice. And if you've done what that is, all the disgusting things you've been accused of, bro, you need to throw that key away. Friendship done. And even if you're they don't find you guilty, I have no problem with our friendship ending because I did what felt right for me. I couldn't live with myself when there's victims of sexual abuse and they literally are scarred for the rest of their lives. And I'm sitting here talking about, oh, he's lovely because we go to brunch together and he picks up the bill. Be fucking for real. But anyways, they then
these are
went on to
silly,
do a video statement. It's the worst thing I ever saw. They were reading like they were reading a news headline. Not, I mean, as in like BBC announcing when the Queen died, type of concentration. No emotion, nothing. They're taking turns doing line by line, talking about, what did they say? They said, we are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson. We support victims. We have done this historically through our work. And that's a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell. I hate when celebrities, because celebrities have to do certain things to clean up their image and make them appear to be the same people. Nobody that's done works with victims of sexual abuse or anything like that. I did a 2-week work experience in year 9 with a domestic shelter for women, and it's never left me. It's never left me. Understanding these women's stories, like seeing what they're dealing with, seeing how how it's affected them, their kids, all that kind of stuff. It's never left me. So there's no way you're gonna tell me that you've historically done continuous work with victims, and you're writing a character reference for your friend and saying that he's a trustworthy person. But anyways, they then said, yeah, we support victims. We have done this historically through our work, and will continue to do so in the future. They said that the letter they wrote basically the letter they wrote was to represent the person that they knew for 25 years. Ashton Kutcher said that. He's always looked dumb anyway. Then his wife went on to say the letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling. They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that, and we're sorry if that has taken place. Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape. Get them out of here, man. Cancelled. They're done. I didn't really pay much attention to them, but I will be going out of my way to not watch films that they're on. I just think that was so low and disgusting and just... But I do believe, though, that less people are going to be writing character statements now.
Oh, definitely.
Because
definitely.
This is the second leak in 3 weeks? They're done. And then also I saw Will Smith posted a picture of him outside the Bel Air mansion saying that it's 33 years old.
Wow.
33. First episode aired in 1990. What's your guys' favourite Fresh Prince episode?
So many.
Man.
Yeah.
What's your favourite character, actually? Or who's your favourite character?
Mine's gonna be Will.
I think mine's as
Oh,
well.
Carlton. Oh, yeah.
Carlton.
Carlton's
I
a
love
legend,
Carlton,
man.
but Will's
I think mine's as well as well.
Will's just undeniable, unbeatable. He's
Yeah, Will's obviously the obvious choice, isn't it? But Carlton is hilarious, man.
Carlton's hilarious. I like Uncle Jeffrey as well.
Yes.
His little snide comments,
Uncle
and
Jeffrey.
he got more ballsy as the season went on. Yeah, I liked him. The episode I haven't watched back since the very first time I watched it was the one where he breaks down by his dad.
Oh, okay.
When he what?
When he breaks down by his dad.
Yeah.
I can't rewatch that.
Well, he won me, man.
Yeah.
It was so
That was
yeah.
a powerful one, yeah.
No, it was a good episode.
And I think the episode as well where Carlton takes drugs. You see, because you know how like he's been all like not caring and da. But then when he saw that he actually nearly killed his cousin, the emotions from that were like crazy. And I think it was when they did the reunion, they were saying how like basically what Will did, he would learn everyone's lines.
Yes.
And just to make sure, like just to really take things in. And I actually clocked that sometimes, I clocked in a couple episodes that when someone's saying the line,
He's miming it.
he's miming it with him.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool.
Will's one of those guys though, man. Like he's dedicated to a role.
No, he is.
You know what I mean?
He is. Great actor, man.
Yeah.
Big up Fresh Prince.
Big up Fresh Prince. And that is all from me. Let's get into People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. I don't have much to talk about today, right? First thing I wanted to mention, I feel like there's been a few things here and there as it pertains to certain shops like Pret and what's the other one I mentioned the other day that was caught up in something? I can't remember. But at the moment now...
Burger King.
Thank you very much. Right? So, Costa, apparently they're recalling their sandwiches and the wraps, man.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, you're recalling it. People have it for the day. They've eaten it.
Yeah.
When people buy lunch, they buy it because
Not
they
from
want
the
to eat
ones
it
that
today.
people have bought.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, from the shelves. So why are they announcing that? We don't need to know that. Just take off the shelves.
Well,
they're making it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Basically, they're recalling 4 of their lunch products, right? Which is basically the wraps and the sandwiches. Because apparently, some of them may contain small stones. Yeah, man.
Why am I not fortunate enough
to find it,
to choke on a stone? They would have had a canned drink and I was hoping there was a worm at the bottom of it.
Oh, don't make me sick.
Because I remember a law case I studied when I was in school and I thought,
oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yeah, I thought that'd be fun.
How much
Wasn't it a glass bottle?
Yeah. I think it was called Donahue.
Yeah.
Okay.
That case, yeah, it was, yeah.
They got a lot of money?
She got, yes. It's America, you know she got a lot of money. Millions.
Well, the FSA, the Food Standards Agency, right? They gave an announcement basically saying that, these particular food items, right, may present a choking hazard and are unsafe to eat, right? So obviously Costa's come out, they've, done the whole recall. They're saying they're taking it extremely seriously. They apologize to their customers. And basically for those who are kind of, who go to Costa to get their lunch and whatnot, it was basically the BLT sandwiches, the chicken salad sandwich, the Southern fried chicken wrap, and a chicken and bacon Caesar wrap.
Chicken salad slaps.
There's a lot of bacon here, and I think that should be a sign to people.
No, it's not.
No?
Don't
You lot shouldn't be
biased.
eating bacon too.
You also don't think we should be eating chicken wings. You don't count. People's Journal, please. Sir. Cauliflower sandwich. I got time for that.
Cafe Rouge. Yeah, the owners of Cafe Rouge, anyway, they're in talks. They're looking to buy Chiquitos and Frankie's and Benny's.
Wow, did you? Are those places even still popping? Not like that, but like I don't
Frankie
remember
and Benny's used to slap.
I don't remember the last time I've even seen a Chiquito sign.
Same. I don't remember.
There was one in
That was
Bromley, and then
Chiquitos.
when I went there the other day, it wasn't there anymore. Yeah.
Maybe that's right.
Frankie and Benny's used to slap. Their fall off is the worst thing
I'm telling you.
since DJ Self
Telling
did
you.
not sign Cardi B. It was horrible.
But they've come back though. They've come back in terms of like the taste and what they offer on their menu.
Oh,
I
is
don't
it?
know the last
yeah,
one.
They put me off that I don't even want to try it. I don't want to take the risk. Because it used to slap and then they just changed the recipe. And I was like, what's going on here?
You're right, 100%. And because of that, sales just dived. 100%.
It did, because it was
100%.
horrible.
Yeah, I
You
think
are
they had to
so
close
hilarious.
down loads of their things.
Yeah, they did. There was
Yeah.
one I used to go to in Farnborough. They closed that down.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, but they're trying to come back anyway. But Cafe Rouge is in talks to basically buy Chiquitos and F&Bs as well. So who knows? They might get that and hopefully boost those particular restaurants and whatnot. I remember one of the worst breakfasts I've ever had from an actual store, right, as in the restaurant.
It's a vegan breakfast.
Nah, I don't think I was vegan at the time.
I was going to say,
I was gonna say
you're going to be need with that.
Frankie's and Benny's, man.
The worst breakfast.
The worst
What did you
breakfast.
And that was during the prime days.
No, this was I think during the fall of time. This is when I recognized.
Oh yeah,
Full
the
enough.
full
Yeah. If you see the size of the beans I got, the baked beans,
like a teaspoon.
it was terrible. I was so disgusted.
The size of the beans or the size of the portion?
The portion of
Oh.
baked beans, yeah.
So it's like a teaspoon, like it was very small.
Yeah, basically, man.
Thinking more like English breakfast.
What's it?
Thinking more like English breakfast.
You know, as he's talking, in my head, yeah, I'm like, I'm going Sainsbury's on the way home. I'm gonna go buy stuff so I can
I'm
make
hungry.
it.
I don't think any English breakfast should have. You should be able to see the plate.
Oh,
Yeah,
then-
You know what I'm saying?
You
Yeah.
need to, you need to cover it up.
Yeah,
Fill up the spaces. Oh, that's why they were definitely
telling you.
on a decline.
You know, like it seemed like the sauces that you put ketchup in.
Oh,
Oh, we're really
Oh, wow.
tiny.
Baked beans. Can you imagine?
Violation.
it's
That
not even
crap
Heinz.
there.
It's not even the
It's
the
like they
real
counted
stuff.
how many beans they
Can
put
you
in there,
imagine?
like 10.
It's 10.
It was a disgrace. And the last thing I wanted to mention is Apple. They're not doing too well in China. China's kind of curbed the use of the iPhone amongst their government workers, isn't it?
Don't know Hawaii flow.
Exactly. Yes. So, yeah, man. Apparently, Apple has seen about $200 billion wiped off of its value.
Yikes.
Because of that. $200 billion. Yeah, man. So their shares have tumbled by 6.4% over the last 2 days, 2 days in response to Beijing ordering that certain state employees should stop using their devices, just period. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. The move has fueled fears that Apple and its suppliers could pay a commercial price for continuing tensions between the US and China, their domestics and things of that nature. And obviously, like you said, Huawei, whatever they're called.
Hawaii.
Thank you very much. They're obviously happy in it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
in the
sick,
midst
you
of
know.
that, they've now launched 2 new smartphones as well.
That's sick. I studied about one of my things I studied, as in case studies I studied in sixth form for business studies, and they're still thriving. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Pick up them, man.
Yeah, man. For those who are interested, the new iPhone 15 is coming out soon as well, isn't it?
Ugh.
In a few days. I
Get
think.
ready, everybody. Your iPhone's about to start acting
I
up.
should have waited.
Oh, it's not.
When is the day actually? 12th apparently in
Of what?
America. So tomorrow, the iPhone 15.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same time here in the UK,
Yeah.
but yeah,
We're
in
gonna start queuing
America,
up
the
at
iPhone
outside
15.
stores.
What iPhone do you have?
14 Pro Max.
What about you?
14 Pro Plus.
Okay.
Is that Plus?
I'm behind that.
Yeah, it's not a Max.
I'm annoyed though. I should
I'm
have
on a
waited.
12.
Actually, is it
12
the same
Pro
size?
Max.
Check.
The big one.
Brent, what iPhone you on?
13.
Yeah, 13.
No,
yeah,
yours
mine's
is Pro,
smaller.
mine's Pro Max.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine's,
I should have waited. I got mine in May.
Okay.
But do you know what it was? I'd planned to wait, and I was on a 12. But my phone just started.
My phone was on its last
It
leg.
just started getting ridiculous.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
and it was like, I actually need a new phone.
Yeah, I think I need a new one too. My phone's playing up big time.
So I just got one. But I don't really care, to be honest. I realised that, like, I had a 12, innit? And I could have changed it. I wasn't in a rush to, so.
Yeah, mine was still an XR.
What's that? Oh, XR. Okay.
iPhone XR. I didn't change it. I had it for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I've
So
never
I'm
heard
not
of
really fussed.
iPhone XR before.
X is a 10.
XR10, yeah.
Oh.
So I didn't really care for it. I just
consider
come
it.
to this world.
I'm considering getting the iPhone, man.
By
we love
time.
that.
In addition to.
Gosh, can you do it so we can move to like iMessage? I don't know, WhatsApp group. Just can't.
And
Would you have a Samsung?
yes.
Yeah,
I
I
have a
hate
Samsung.
the green bubbles. It just gives me
Oh,
text.
It's not even a nice green. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah. And I feel
Morrison's
like the message hasn't gone through.
yeah, I don't believe.
Yeah, I feel like it hasn't delivered.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
need to see blue.
Yeah.
so you guys actually use
And
like
fuck niggas
iMessage?
use that.
I use
Much,
iMessage
bro.
more than I use WhatsApp.
I use WhatsApp more than iMessage, but
Okay.
when I text someone
I'm
for the
the
first
way
time and I
around.
see
I-
the
I-
blue bubble, the green
The
bubble,
green? It's just a bit. It's not exciting.
yeah.
Yeah, I use iMessage more than I use.
I use iMessage more.
WhatsApp. I hate WhatsApp.
WhatsApp
Like with
drives me
every fiber of my being, I hate WhatsApp so much. Ugh, gives me the ick.
Yeah. But you know the new iPhone 15's got the same USB. Do you know chargers are going to be the same now?
Yeah, apparently they're changing it back
What?
to. Wait,
Wasn't like a
come on.
legal thing there because the government wanted them to stop charging people to buy
What do you mean?
chargers.
They're making it
basically
what?
that.
Yeah.
So basically, you know the charger I use from a Samsung?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to
Oh,
be on
so
the iPhone.
all phones. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's about
though.
time.
Because it's already on the on those, right? On the
Yeah,
iPads.
but the thing is,
Yeah,
now at
so
the
like
moment though,
even this, I can use like a Samsung
Yeah.
charger and
Oh, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
but then is that the moment with iPhones now the charger's sold separately?
That one, I thought that was the biggest
they
scam
do
ever.
that with
That
Samsung
is-
too.
But that's
No,
stupid.
but Apple never used to do that though.
Apple never used to
No,
do
just
that.
Samsung. Nobody used to do
Biggest
that.
scam
Yeah,
ever.
100%.
You give me the wire, but I have to buy the plug.
Can you imagine?
But I
But
guess
to be fair, by now we've all got bare plugs.
fair,
Like I got
No,
about
for the
7, 8
new.
plugs. in my
No,
house.
for the new. All the plugs we all had back in the day
Oh,
are the
have
USB.
the USB
Yeah.
one. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
yeah,
Oh, that one.
I think it's the USC, isn't it? Something like that.
yeah, USB-C.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
USB-C, that's it.
I've got one of those actually.
I use my iPad one. So basically, I had to get a little thing. I think Brent told me about it.
Adapter.
You know when you is it again?
Adapter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like a USB one, and then I
Okay.
plug my little charger into that one, and then it goes to my normal charger.
Okay.
It's the whole thing.
Yes, that's pretty much it, guys, for the People's Journal.
Nice. Let's get into our last headlines for today.
Motivational.
Oh, let's get motivated. Sorry.
Before that,
Yeah, I'll do it in the thing. All right, guys. Just in case people are not aware, today is September 11th, so 9/11. It has been like, 22 years since that horrible event. Yeah, man. So I just wanted us to give a moment of silence to our listeners in America and across the world who were affected by it. Yes, man. God bless the dead, man.
R.I.P.
Let's go on to Motivational Mondays.
What's that?
so Danielle has upgraded everything.
Love that.
So
Is that AI, Daniel?
Wait, has it been a minute already?
That's what I was thinking. Huh?
That's AI, Brent.
No, no, wait a minute,
No,
one minute.
he said moment, not minute.
Yeah, moment of silence. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was a minute,
It
silence.
was a full word, so
I
rude.
was thinking, hey.
No, the moment was quick though. I was like, oh,
That's a moment.
I hear that.
Fast
Yeah.
forward and it says for a moment, it'd be the longest moment of my life.
Trust me.
all right, so Motivational Mondays.
Yeah, my best behavior today.
Sorry, that was the wrong science.
Are you
button.
kidding me?
That was the right one. You pressed it about 5 times.
It's hard to know whether we are making the right choices in life.
One second, guys.
Can you hear it in earphones?
Yeah.
I apologize. It's kind of glitching on my unit over here. Can you hear it? All right.
It's hard to know whether we are making the right choices in life. When it comes to deciding what to do, we are frequently faced with what looks like a very painful choice: the passionate path or the safe path. The safe path is often the job we are in, a dependable profession that we have studied hard to have the privilege of sometimes hating. We might be bored, but we know we'll never be fired. Meanwhile, the passionate path is an exciting vision in which we make loads of money and deeply love doing. And yet most of us choose safety. Some people fear the humiliation of being proven wrong and proving the naysayers right. But let's explore the concept of safety. As long as we continue to engage in activities we despise or pursue out of fear, our sense of safety is always compromised. In today's highly competitive world, the alternate career path we choose when we settle will be another person's primary aspiration. Opting for a backup plan means we start at a disadvantage in terms of our enthusiasm and dedication, making the safe choice potentially detrimental to our success. In contrast, the things we are truly passionate about consume us completely. We engage in them willingly, which significantly increases our chances of becoming experts whilst decreasing the cost of failure. Enduring a decade of mixed results on a project we love is far less painful than experiencing mediocre returns in a job we despise for an entire career. Ultimately, it's not wise to spend our life forcing ourselves to do something we know from the beginning we will not enjoy, just to stay alive. This is not a secure choice, it's a form of self-inflicted pain. While we may all endure the hardship of the education system during our early years, there comes a point where we should be allowed to break free. We should have the opportunity to explore what life could truly be about, beyond blind obedience and fear. True passion is not something that comes easily. Many of us do not possess it. However, if we are fortunate enough to have a passion, we are risking far too much by ignoring its call. It's so important to embrace change and take risks in our own lives. Although change can be uncomfortable and uncertain, it ultimately leads to new opportunities and perspectives. By embracing change and stepping out of our comfort zones, we can discover our true potential, unlock hidden talents, and find fulfillment and happiness in our journey. This leads to us being better humans for ourselves and others. So let's not fear change and following our passions, but embrace it as a catalyst for a gateway to a real chance at happiness. It's hard to know whether we are making the right choices in life.
Beautiful.
That was a word.
Nice.
Thank you very much for that.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Let's get into our last headlines.
All right, so our next headline, trigger warning here, guys. Justice Secretary Alex Chalk has promised to ensure that there's justice for a family of a woman trying to block her killer husband's release from jail. So Joanna Simpson was 46, right? She was bludgeoned to death with a claw hammer by her husband, Robert Brown, in Windsor in 2010. Brown, who was jailed for 26 years for manslaughter, is due for automatic release in November. Mr. Chalk said that his crime was so appalling. Brown, who's a former British Airways captain, attacked Miss Simpson in the family home as their two young children cowered in a playroom. He drove her body to Windsor Great Park, where he buried her. Imagine. It was 5 days before Miss Simpson's body was found. The family has repeatedly raised concerns about the risks posed by Brown if he's set free. And Mr. Chalk was speaking to BBC Sunday with Laura Kusenberg, and he said it was one of the first meetings I had as Justice Secretary, and it was so appalling to hear what happened. I found it personally very painful to hear. What I said is I'll do everything I properly can within the law to keep British people safe and to ensure that there's justice in this case. There's not much more I can probably say because there is a danger that, frankly, you prejudge issues.
We can't access the kids.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Terrible. Next headline, trigger warning here as well, man. And this takes us to Africa, where at least 35 people have been killed after a crowded market in Sudan's capital was hit with explosive weapons. It's according to a medical charity. Médecins Sans Frontières, which is MSF, described it as carnage, saying that more than 60 people had also been wounded in the attack. Local residents say a military aircraft bombarded crude oil market in southern Khartoum on Sunday. Rival military factions have been fighting since April. On Sunday, MSF's emergency coordinator Marie Burton said that Khartoum has been at war for almost 6 months, but still the volunteers and medical personnel in Bashir Hospital are shocked and overwhelmed by the scale of horror that struck the city on Sunday. MSF said that explosive weapons had hit the market and the airstrikes and shelling continued in another day of unthinkable suffering and loss of life. We're trying to save the lives of people whose body parts have been ripped off by the explosions. It was carnage. Very sad stuff that's happening over there, man. But yeah, some estimates put the number of those killed in the strike closer to 50, as opposed to the 35 that I first mentioned. And the last headline takes us to Guyana, where the president, Irfan Ali, has acknowledged time is not on our side as the South American country scrambles to make the most of its newfound oil wealth before it's too late. Over the past decade, Guyana has found huge amounts of oil and gas under its coastal waters. It now boasts reserves of about 11 billion barrels. That puts it in the top 20 in terms of potential, on par with countries such as Norway, Brazil, and Algeria. The small country which borders Venezuela, Brazil, and Suriname in South America's northeast corner currently boasts the fastest growing economy in the world. Big up Guyana, man. But the discoveries come as the planet is trying to wean itself off of fossil fuels to tackle climate change. Under the 2015 Paris Agreement, countries have vowed to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions to net zero by 2050. That means trying to cut down on oil use. Speaking to the BBC from the capital, Georgetown, the president, Mr. Ali, accepted that time is not on our side as it ramps up oil production, although he added that to say we are racing against time is stretching it. And he said that even if the world meets its net zero targets, something he doubted would happen, it would still need to rely heavily on fossil fuels even after 2050. He said, as I speak to you, 53% of the world energy mix comes from oil and gas. Even if we are to achieve the full commitment, you're looking at 35% to 40% of the world's energy mix still coming from oil and gas. So I don't see realistically an immediate medium-term end to oil and gas. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
Nice, let's get into the reaction.
All right, welcome to the reaction. We'll just summarize this real quick. Football results over the weekend. There were some internationals being played. It is the international break. So I'll run you through the scores. On Sunday, Kazakhstan beat Northern Ireland 1-0. Moldova beat the Faroe Islands 1-0. Denmark beat Finland 1-0. Montenegro beat Bulgaria 2-1. Albania beat Poland 2-0. Greece thrashed Gibraltar, never knew they had a team, 5-0. Serbia beat Lithuania 3-1. Netherlands defeated the Republic of Ireland 2-1. Slovenia beat San Marino 4-0. Then on Saturday, Belgium beat Azerbaijan 1-0. Belarus and Andorra had a 0-0 draw. Sweden beat Estonia 5-0. England drew with Ukraine 1-1. That's the only game I kind of paid attention to. Goals from Zinchenko and Kyle Walker. Kosovo and Switzerland drew 2-2. North Macedonia and Italy drew 1-1. And Romania and Israel also drew 1-1. All right, quick headlines. We got Luis Rubiales, Spanish FA president, to resign after Jennifer Hermoso kissing row. So Luis Rubiales has resigned as Spain's FA president following the controversy over him kissing player Jenny Hermoso. Rubiales kissed the midfielder on the lips during the trophy presentation following Spain's victory over England in last month's World Cup final, but Hermoso said the kiss was not consensual. FA suspended Rubiales pending an investigation into his behaviour, and Hermoso submitted a complaint to the National Prosecutor's Office on Wednesday, which is now with Spain's High Court. All right, US Open news. Novak Djokovic claims fourth title in New York, an historic 24th Grand Slam win. He's a legend. So Novak Djokovic made history on Sunday by winning his fourth US Open and record equaling 24th Grand Slam title with a straight sets victory against Danny Medvedev. Djokovic beat him 6-3, 7-6, and another set 6-3 as well. Victory against Medvedev marked his fourth title in New York to become the oldest US Open champion in the Open era. The 36-year-old Serbian, who is back-to-back world number one, won his third Grand Slam title of the year, having won the Australian Open and French Open, with his only blemish coming in an epic 5-set defeat by Carlos Alcaraz in the Wimbledon final. And then lastly, Coco Gauff defeats Aryna Sabalenka to win her... Sorry?
It's a big up hand.
Oh, yeah, to win her... Did I pronounce those names correctly?
Yeah.
To win her maiden Grand Slam in New York. I feel embarrassed. I don't know who these two are.
She's pretty new, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I think she lost last time. She's come back.
All right, so Coco saw her dreams come true as the American teenager beat Aryna 6-2, 6-3, and 6-2 to claim her first Grand Slam title at the US Open. The 19-year-old became the first American teenager to triumph at Flushing Meadows since Serena Williams in 1999.
Amazing.
Yeah, man, 19.
Yeah, She's young, man. She's
Yeah.
doing it big. Even Alcaraz, how old is he? Alcaraz, how you pronounce his name? He's young as well, isn't it?
I'm not too sure.
Sabalenka will be the new world number 1 on Monday after a consistent year in which she won the Australian Open and reached the semi-finals at the French Open and at Wimbledon as well. But that will be a scant consolation for the 25-year-old from Belarus after she put together in a position to win her second Grand Slam title, only to fold as Gauff claimed her first. Thrilling, a raucous crowd with a memorable victory at Arthur Ashe Stadium. And that is all we have for the reaction. Let's get into the outro.
Wanted to do. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Please like the video before you come out of it. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to our channel as well. You're here every morning. You might as well commit. Don't have commitment issues when it comes to TDA. Follow us on our social media platforms as well. The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Drop this video in your timelines, in your group chats. Just share, all right?
Yes.
Miss Mariah was yesterday talking about a live show and whatnot.
I've
The
been
likes
asked,
better go up.
I've been asked about live shows so many different times.
The likes need to go up. The likes need to go up. The subscriptions to go up. And we can talk about it.
She was saying though, yeah, she not necessarily wants. No, she does want a live show.
Yeah.
But she was saying us guys, should do like a party.
Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the subscriptions up. Put your friends on. We can have conversations.
Share the video, man.
This is it.
Oh, can I big up the guy that I don't think I got his name at Black Farmers Market as well. He stopped me over there. He said he's here because of TDA.
I'll big up him.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I love that.
much love to him, man. He always choosing. I told him to get in the chat. He said he's gonna get in the chat soon.
Love
man.
that.
So yeah, big him
Big
up,
up
man.
him.
Esther's now vegan.
That's what I'm saying.
Who, me? After the CMOS. Oh, I'm joking. No, it's not. Oh, yes, I finally had double. Is it double or
Okay,
doubles?
Doubles.
Doubles. I finally had doubles. Slaps. Slaps.
What is it?
It's Brent's People's Food.
But what is it?
Brent, what is it?
Have you seen roti?
Yeah.
All right, so the texture of that, but a little bit fluffier, and in like bats.
Okay.
And then you have chickpeas. It's normally curry chickpeas.
Yeah.
You have like cucumber. I don't even know what you call it. Like not diced cucumber, but
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. Right?
Like shredded. It's like, you
Shredded,
know, like
but it has-
coleslaw.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you have tamarind sauce. You have pepper.
Is tamarind so sweet?
Yeah,
Love that sauce.
yeah. That was the thing that did it for you.
I thought this, no, it wasn't just that, but I liked the extra kick. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
I thought this in a chicken wrap.
the kick. It was probably the pepper.
No, it wasn't the pepper. No, I mean like, as in like the random sweetness I didn't expect.
Okay, all right.
It's
Yeah.
really nice. I really, really liked it.
Yeah, the thing is, I was telling Esther that in Trinidad, the barrels are even softer than that. The baps are even softer than that, like much more softer. So, and you normally get it in like a little wrap, so you eat it as opposed to using a fork. 'Cause
Ooh,
she
that's
has to
slap.
use the fork in it.
Okay.
So I was telling her it's very, very Moorish, and she enjoyed it. And it
I
was
did.
vegan.
I have to go Trinidad now
Yeah,
to get the authentic stuff.
yeah.
I really, really liked it. Because obviously I wasn't sure. And obviously I'm scared of allergies and stuff. But he was like, no, it wouldn't be anything you're allergic to. And actually, I didn't react to anything. It was really, really nice. I really, really enjoyed it. I didn't even know it was vegetarian and vegan. So yeah, I'm vegan adjacent sometimes. That was
Also,
fun.
when can we discuss Top Boy?
I've watched it.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
I ain't have time, but
watched it
Cancel my
either.
plans.
I can watch it. We can talk about it
I
on
think we
Friday.
should set a spoiler alert,
But have you
time,
watched
date.
By Friday, I
So
can
by
have.
Friday I could watch it.
I can watch it by Friday.
Yeah? All right, lovely.
So next week then.
No, as in
No,
on
we'll talk
Friday's
about-
episode, I
we'll
can.
talk about Friday.
I'll be ready
Oh.
to talk about it. There's only 5 or 6, right?
It's 6,
Six.
yeah.
Yeah, I can start today.
All right. Love that.
Change
So,
your plans.
Everybody
You don't
that's
make your
watching,
face.
also, we're talking about on Friday. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear
Watch Top Boy
any,
by Friday. Make sure.
I don't want to hear any dramatics. I
Yeah.
don't. Okay, we're talking about on Friday, so use that watch as well, so we can all get our views in. If you want to inquire about the show, feature on the show, our email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Have a great Monday. Like the video before you come out of it. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye.